Yo, what's up? I just want to get in here real quick and talk about a couple things. Like I said, share, subscribe, like, you know. I had to delete the other video that I made yesterday because it said something about copywriting, so I deleted that video. It said something about copyright, so I wasn't trying to keep it there, but I think the next one I'm just gonna keep. Whether it's copyright or not, I'm just gonna keep it. But I just want to get in here real quick and talk about this. I don't know if anybody know. I don't know if anybody know about a guy named Julio. He's a rapper who got shot and killed. And there was like, I believe there was four other I believe there was 3 or 4 other people that was in it, and they just caught one of the guys. I think they caught 3 of the other guys, but this one there was one guy that was on the loose, and they just caught him. So now we're just um I guess they just caught him now. So kind of just want to know what's the whole thing about it. So I'm gonna see what's up with it.
Standing outside right now.
Hold up. Before I react to this video, this is not my video. This is not my video. I'm just reacting to it. This is for educational purpose only. I understand there's a lot of copyrights going around. Like I said, this is not my video. This is End of Sentence. Y'all can go subscribe to him. It's called End of Sentence. You can go subscribe to him. Not my video. I'm just reacting to it. And just, like I said, educational purpose only. Not my video.
So you think you know Wix, but do you really? First up, we've got
breaking news coming out of Jacksonville, Florida will seemingly put the nail in the coffin. No pun intended. What's up, everybody? It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking on the final arrest in the Julio Fulio murder. The biggest murder case in Florida drill history is that of Jacksonville's own Julio Fulio. A historic rivalry between Fulio and rival rapper Young and Ace would lead to murders, arrests, and diss songs with millions of views. These two would literally have the country doing TikToks, to songs speaking on bodies being found in the woods, to 16-year-olds being gunned down with rifles. Fulio's death would mark the end of an era, as he was gunned down outside of a hotel in Tampa in June of 2024 following his birthday. Multiple arrests were made, and the amount of overwhelming evidence released to the public would highlight how Fulio's killers traveled over 3 hours from Jacksonville to Tampa. A somewhat tactical team, one car would be spotters while the other car shooters. A young couple only 21 years old with a baby on the way would track Fulio while relaying to the shooters his every step. Tracking him to the hotel, they'd notify the shooters who then made their move. Rifles with brass catches and a Glock with a switch would end Fulio's reign. He'd get love from his family, friends, and even fans, but it was hard to win over the love of the masses, knowing how disrespectful of a rapper he was. The arrest came quick. The pregnant female and her boyfriend were taken down in a house raid that looked like something out of a movie.
Isaiah 10, this is the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. We are in your front driveway. We have a warrant for your arrest. Come to your front door with nothing in your hand. We are not going away. Listen, put your hands in the air. Hands up. Hands in the air. Hands in the air.
The youngest shooter was pulled over with his arrest release on body cam, and the oldest shooter was found suicidal in an apartment building in Jacksonville, surrendering with a Bible.
Look how my guy come out, man. The guy come out with a dog in the Bible. Hey, that's so funny. This is funny to me, man. This guy came out with a Bible. This dude come out here. Well, I guess the police is at his apartment, and bro come out with a Bible and his dog. So just in case they shoot him, hey, you know, you can't shoot the dog. And then I got the Bible. I mean, I was reading my Bible. I'm a Christian. And now he's a Christian now. It's funny. The dog like, that dog running, dog don't know what's going on. Hey, that dog don't know what's going on. That dog running right back and forth like, what the hell is going on? Hey, man, that's so funny. Come on. They got this man crawling. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. It's a crazy world.
Keep crawling. Come on towards me.
Drop that book now.
Drop the book.
Anybody watching this video, man, don't do crime. Don't do crime. Please, like,
But his brother, 27-year-old Davion Murphy, was nowhere to be found. Wanted and on the run, Davion's face could be seen all over social media as Redditors joked how he must be the best at hide and seek and that he's with Sasquatch. Many would assume he was somewhere halfway across the country or making his way south to Mexico, but apparently Davion was still working towards being the top crash out in Jacksonville. Davion would jump onto an audio chat room to not only argue, but send threats.
Hey, Davion Murphy, get off the faces. I told your ass you got one more time.
Oh my God.
Man, your house empty. Your house echoing. You in a bundle sleeping right now. Just turn yourself in, bro. You don't got no money. Your life already on, like, bro, you don't have a life no more. You don't have a
Hey,
life.
fall back.
Turn yourself in. You all over the Pull me up. Tell him, put him on me. Police ass jet. Tell him I'm ready to base. Davion Murphy. So get that. Well, on me, bummy. Davion Murphy.
Oh my God.
I'm in your hood right now. I swear to God. Yeah, Baltimore. I will make you crash out. I'm gonna make you crash out. Well, man, I've been in the shadows, man. I ain't
This dude is so stupid. I don't know who it is. I don't know which one. I don't know. But whoever this Murphy dude is, I mean, you should be in. So first of all, he's not in Mexico because everybody thought he was in Mexico. Dude ain't Mexico. Dude was not in Mexico. So, but then secondly, why is you acting stupid? Hey, why are you acting dumb? I don't know.
Yeah. I swear to God, I'm a
stop. Davion,
bro, I'm
stop.
gonna fold you, boy.
I'm
God,
gonna
boy.
make you crash
Spaz,
out,
boy.
Davion
I'm gonna
Murphy.
fold you, boy. That's on spaz, boy. I'm gonna fold you, boy.
Bro, get off here, bro.
I know.
Shit,
You
bro.
crash out, little Davion Murphy.
I ain't going nowhere no time soon.
Um,
I'm gonna make you crash. I'm gonna make you go to jail.
I'm outside right now. Tell him I'm on 13th. Outside, standing outside right now.
Shut your police ass up, boy. You wanna die. I'm gonna kill you before you go to jail.
Turn this shit up, man. Tell them Curse, come on.
Everybody follow Davion Murphy, being Latin. Okay, wait a He done made a space. Them crackers gonna hack in your shit and get your bitch ass.
yeah,
Fuck.
Davion.
I want you to go to jail. And his Instagram, I'm finna tell y'all his Instagram. Let me get, what's that Instagram you texting me out for? Bobo_tap $sign. Make you go to jail.
On the run for over 6 months, on the 6th day of the new year, the 6-block general would get justice. A picture would be posted by the sheriff's office of Davion smiling as he sits on the side of a SWAT truck. It's hard to imagine what caused him to smile, as if this was his last chance at looking tough, knowing that this is his last time breathing fresh air on this side of a barbed wire fence. A video would then be posted of marshals walking Davion to a patrol.
Anyone with $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans may qualify for help from National Debt Relief. Minimum payment
Vehicle down the street from the courthouse.
Father, all the fathers out there, be in your kid's life. Be in your kid's life. Mother, all the mothers out there, be in your kid's life. Be in your kid's life. Be in a hood. I'm just gonna say the word. Being a hood nigga, what they call it, is not cool. Ain't nothing cool about it. Going to prison ain't cool. Going to jail ain't cool. Ain't nothing cool about it. You know, when I was a kid, well, not when I was a kid, I thought that was cool. I never thought it was cool, but back in the day, people would, back in my day, or at least back in my generation, or at least back when I was in school, people thought it was okay to do, you know, oh, free this, free that. People really thought it was cool going to jail. And, man, ain't nothing cool about that stuff, man. So, father, mother, be in your kids' life, man, because ain't nothing cool about this.
You'll be there in the morning. Watch your head. Actually, just hop back out. You got it. Handcuff key.
Yeah.
Davion will have been seen in court and officially charged with murder by the time this video drops, and within a month, he'll be transported to Tampa along with the rest of his co-defendants to face trial. With the death penalty being considered, Davion would be an overachieving candidate, as within evidence, texts were recovered stating after Fulio was killed, Davion's thirst was quenched and he'd be popping a bottle of Don Julio. I'd imagine as they sit in jail, they wonder the possibility of a courtroom error that could set them free, or how 21-year-old Alicia is pregnant and looking for a plea deal to secure her own freedom and bury the rest of her co-defendants, including her child's father. It won't be until prison that reality sets in, and even then, the thought of an appeal might lessen the day-to-day pain of not having a release date. But as the years fade, so will the hopes of an appeal, and prison will become a repeat of events as days blend to years, years to decades, until one day you just don't wake up. And on that day, the 5 killers of Julio Fulio will be free. Now, in my humble opinion, all 5 of them are fucking fucked. I don't think any of them are getting off, even if Shorty snitches with the kid and whatnot. The kid's gonna get born incarcerated. That's, you know, if I can put a parlay together, this is how it's gonna go. One leg is the baby's born in jail. The second leg is she still gets sentenced to prison. I'm going with over 10 years, maybe 15 years. The third leg is all the shooters are getting life. And then, you know, the fourth, maybe he gets life, maybe he gets less. I don't know, because he was a spotter. But I don't know. I don't think anyone's gonna get death, even though it's like, who would be better? You know what I mean? Like, the death sentence comes into play for premeditated murder. Well, y'all drove 3 hours, tracked them, killed them, and then went back to Jacksonville and bragged about it. And we're happy about it and celebrated it. The thing is, for someone to get executed, it's not gonna happen for like 20 years. At least that's how it is in the state of Florida. So, you know, I'll be like 50 something by the time one of them get put down with a needle. But
it's crazy.
That's my guess. Is everyone's fucked. The amount of evidence against them is overwhelming. And even if they just snitch on each other, this isn't some big Fed case where they're trying to take down a mob boss. Like, unless one of them is gonna be like, oh yeah, Young and Ace made us all do it, but I genuinely don't think he did. Because the way he was bragging and dropping songs about it, a motherfucker only gonna do that if they have nothing to do with it. Imagine you beefing with somebody that's dissing you, dissing your dead homies, dissing this, dissing that, and they die. You're gonna be like, fuck yeah. But at the end of the day, rest in peace to Julio Fulio. Let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, y'all rocking with me. Until next time.
Alright, man, but yeah, they finally caught that one guy. So he's going down with the rest of his team. There's another video I wanted to watch because I was watching it the other day. Probably need to go to my history, but it's about this pedophile who got caught. He got caught watching some stuff that he shouldn't be watching, and let me see if I can go find it. Hopefully, I can go find it in one of my history. gonna say view my channel, but I ain't really trying to view nothing. I'm really just trying to. If I can go to the saving, what is saving at? Saving. Where's it at? Come on, save. Hold up, y'all. Let me find something real quick. Hold up. Was it yesterday or was it today? Where's it at? Okay. Find it. I'm so sorry, y'all. I had to look for it, but I found it. It's the video right here.
What are the consequences of...
This is not my video. It's called Police Insider, not my video. Just like I said, I'm just reacting to it, man. Lately, I've been getting copyrights on some couple of the videos. The last video I made yesterday, I got a copyright. I think I need to start writing, not my video. I'm just reacting to it and put a different title or something, cause I'm getting copyright a lot. So I ain't trying to get that. Hopefully, I'll get a copyright on this. But this guy here, whoever this guy is a they got him. They call him a pred, but he's a predator, and the police had to go to his house, go get him because he was watching some disgusting stuff. And but yeah, we're gonna watch it together and react to it.
of misusing AI to generate content such as particularly involving... A Florida resident came under police scrutiny after a cyber tip was received from the National Center for Missing and Exploited regarding 18 questionable images uploaded to Media Lab Kick from its computer. Upon first-hand review by the deputies, all of these images were classified as prompting the issuance of a search warrant for the residence linked to the IP address provided by Comcast Cable. The subscription was registered to a woman named Paula. What the police were about to uncover, however, was far more disturbing.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, gentlemen.
Good. So we're going around the neighborhood because we've had a bunch of auto burglaries and residential burglaries going on. Yeah, so we're actually coming down to check and make sure that vehicle was good and your house wasn't broken. Were you here all night last night?
Yes.
Okay. Nobody.
I haven't had any problem. Yeah, I've been living here for 4 years. It's quiet back here. I mean, honestly, I'm retired.
Yeah.
I'm out here diddling around most of the day. I don't never see nobody.
Yeah.
Because I be watching.
Yeah, between like 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. is usually when they're doing the auto burgs.
No kidding.
Yeah, so it's usually juveniles. They come up, any car that's unlocked, they go through it and they hit the next one. They don't break in.
Yeah.
If it's
open,
unlocked,
they go in.
They're looking for guns and cash.
They're looking to get a bath whooping, aren't they?
That's what they need, right?
I mean, I don't even know if I do what I do in that circumstance. If I see them, me personally, I'd simply just call you guys because...
Do you have anybody else in the house with you?
Yeah, my wife.
Your wife?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to have you step over to this detective over here.
Is that your trash?
Yeah.
Just leave it there. Come on over here. We'll explain everything to you over here, okay?
Yeah.
Is she awake? What's her name?
All right, so just so you know, my name is Detective McKay. This is Detective Somoza with Vero. We're doing a search warrant on your house, okay?
On my house?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Sheriff's Office. Could you step out with us for a minute?
We have a search warrant for the house. I just need you to step out with me, all right? Ma'am, don't go back inside. Thank you. Is anybody else inside the house?
My son?
Your son, how old is he?
30. Yeah, that's
Okay.
30. You're scaring me now.
No,
38.
you're fine. Don't worry about it. Okay.
38. He's asleep. Straight ahead.
Okay.
While they were being questioned, at least 5 SWAT officers waited in the car, guns at the ready, in case the suspect attempted to escape. The mission, however, was to bring them and the evidence back in one piece.
I have a search warrant in hand, signed by a judge. All right? It is for Yes, sir. Okay.
Son,
do you
and
have
my
any-
wife live here.
Any things on you?
Absolutely not. Oh,
Is he a heavy sleeper? Or?
Hey, hold up. We got one more inside.
Step over
Yeah,
there.
he's pretty
You're
happy.
okay. You're okay.
Come on.
You know, think about it, man. Think about it if you're a parent and the police come knocking at your door And the only thing they are asking you for, or the only thing they knocking at your door for, is that there's a kid of yours that's watching child pornography. I mean, as a parent, you'll be shocked. Like, what? So trust me, I don't know how those parents. I don't know how they feel, but you can just see that it's something like, what? Pornography, child pornography, like, no way. So, I can only imagine how they feeling inside.
Does anybody else live here with you?
Me, my wife, and my son.
Where's your son?
Sleeping.
Okay. There's one more inside, Dean.
Yeah, he's asleep. Back in his room.
Will they call him out?
Yeah.
Philip, sheriff's office. I need you to come to the front door. She said he's a heavy sleeper. Hey, Philip, sheriff's office, can you come to the front door for me?
Philip.
The son's name is Philip. So I'll explain everything. My name is Detective McKay. I'm with the sheriff's office. Okay, this is Detective Somoza with Vero. This is my lieutenant as well. All right. Which window is his?
If you go through the carport in front of my car,
yep.
It'd be, let's see, though, you're going to see the little bathroom window and then the next bedroom.
You go through the carport.
He's right here. Just walk out here with me. We have a search warrant for the house, please.
Okay.
All right, just walk right over to this sign. Right over here. Yep, you're fine.
Search warrant?
Yes, these detectives will talk with you, okay?
Pat him down, please.
Yeah. Do you have anything in your pockets? No.
Alright, you guys want to come over for a second? So, I'm gonna restart, okay? My name is Detective McCann with the Sheriff's Office. This is Detective Somoza with Bureau. This is my lieutenant, okay? We have a search warrant for the house, okay? It is for, okay?
Just let me play this one more time. Look at his face. First of all, look at the shirt. I don't know why this guy got that shirt on. That shirt is already, like, kind of questionable. So that's one. Two, just look at his face.
For the house, okay? It is for, okay?
See, look at his face. The father looking at him like, what the freak? Like, he's damn near sizing him. He got this look in his face like I been caught.
Yeah. That's why we're here. It's going to be a little bit. So just bear with us. I have a search warrant in hand.
The moment the officer mentioned Philip's body language shifted entirely.
When the house is cleared, somebody's going to come over. It's going to read it to you on body cam, okay? And you will have a copy of that as well. Okay. All right? Okay. Just so we know that right now. Okay? Roll with me.
I got an email the other day from...
I'm going to read you guys just as a group right now. Just listen, okay? Get it all done. I'm just going to read everybody that writes all at once. Okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. So once they're done, we're going to read a search warrant to you. We're going to hang out, and it's going to be a little bit. I'll get y'all some chairs and some shoes. All right?
Okay.
I'm not barbaric. All right? So.
This is too much.
Yeah.
Did he say what he was just going to say?
Yeah, go ahead.
I got an email a couple of days ago from Microsoft saying they got reports of unusual activity from an account from one of my emails.
What email?
From my primary one, it said it was coming out of Atlanta.
What's your primary email?
I have two. I have one for work and I have a personal.
What are they? Just asking.
My one is Philip 32, 36, something like that, and then I have another one that's my personal. That's overlord.com or not .com, but Gmail, and it was I think it was the other one. I think it was the Overlord one. They said there was suspicious activity coming out of Atlanta, and it pinged me like 3 times. And I was like, okay, just fix the problem. And I reset my email, and that was it.
Okay. All right. So that's done. We're gonna have more dudes come up here. We're gonna read the search warrant to you by law. Okay. You guys get a copy and everything.
Okay.
Just hang out with us. Okay. When they come back and read it, I'll get you guys shoes and a chair. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry to bring you out on the gravel. You know.
That's okay.
The email ID which Philip gave the officers corresponded to the email ID that had been tracked since the past few days. But there were still many questions that needed to be answered.
I'm hot. The dude is the younger male. He confirmed his email, which is on the tip. Okay. He's saying it. He got flagged. He's trying to make the story up. Got flagged by Microsoft saying it's suspicious activity. Okay. So that's the same tip email that was on the tip. Trying to get them shoes to get them.
The neighbor's getting ready to leave. Y'all want to move them?
These?
No, the guy in his car here. Just got in his car.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to get where his room is, but I'm assuming it's gonna be this is a 2-1.
Yeah.
So just so you know.
Okay.
Contacts, internet browsing history, conversations in which pictures or videos depicting sexual conduct by contacts, and any documentation which may identify owner or subscriber of the cellular telephone, and any documentation which identifies owners/occupants of the premise to be searched, which is evidence of violation of Florida State Statute 827.071, subsection 5A. Search for computers, any wires belonging to those computers, flash drives, SIM cards, SD cards, CDs, DVDs, internal or external hard drives, any device that is capable of storing images, videos.
He was saying that Microsoft sent him an email saying suspicious activity out of Atlanta. Right. So it's going to be him, pretty sure. Okay. So when they're done reading them, I'm going to separate him.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I'm going to move these chairs in the driveway. They can sit in the driveway, all right? All right, so I put some chairs in the driveway for you guys. Okay. I'm going to put you guys one by one to speak to you. Can I speak to you first, ma'am? Sure. You two just go sit down in the driveway for me, okay, in the chairs. I won't put you on the gravel. You want to go in the grass? Oh, yes, ma'am.
I used to be able to walk on this when I was younger.
Me too.
But not anymore.
Can you come over here for me, please, ma'am? What's your name again?
Paula.
Paula? Okay, like I said, my name's Brandon. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm here on some bad things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand.
So we receive tips. I work for a thing called ICAC, okay? It is Internet Crimes Against.
Okay.
Okay, and now I'm a part of a task force that does this. Our main goal is to save
Absolutely.
from being trafficked and then them being forced to do sexual acts with adults or on themselves.
I'm all against it.
Right. We get tips all the time. These tips come in and they provide an IP address of where the internet that is being used to either upload or download these videos or photos. Turns out it was your house. You have Comcast. Yes. Okay. It actually comes back to you. So that's why I'm here. That's how I'm here. Okay.
I have Xfinity, which I guess is Comcast.
Yes, ma'am, it is. So there was 2 tips that came in with the same IP address, which is your internet. One being that there was 18 videos uploaded. The next, there was 14 videos uploaded. During that, those videos were very explicit.
No.
I'm telling you, they were.
I never saw it, never did it. So.
Okay.
Do you want? I mean. Can you just take the computer? Can y'all? Oh, thank you.
Is yours?
Yeah, that's anyone.
Thank you.
I mean, can y'all just take the computer and see?
So that's what we're here for.
Okay.
So
I mean, I'm.
What devices are yours inside the house? Do you have a phone?
I have a cell phone.
Well, okay. So there's nothing in there that's gonna be like that.
No.
Okay. Is that your son over there?
Yes.
Which room is his?
When you walk in the house, go straight to the back.
Okay. Now? I'm gonna ask very personal questions. It is as awkward to hear them as to say them to you. Okay. Just forewarning. Do you watch porn?
No.
It's normal. Normal things do that.
No, I don't.
Okay. Have you ever watched it before? You know what it is.
Gosh. He said it's a normal thing to watch porn. If you're a Christian, porn is not something that you should be watching. It's against the Bible. Well, even if you're not a Christian, they just take the Christian at the table. They just speak about God. It's just you know porn is not good. It opens up doors spiritually, and a lot of murdering, a lot like Ted Bundy started out with Playboy magazine. So a lot of those pedophiles start off with porn. I'm just gonna keep it 100. So it's not really a normal. We make it normal, but it's God is against it. If you are a man or woman of God and you know, go by the Bible, you know it's against God. Point blank period, it's against God. So he said it's normal. It's normal in the world to watch it, but clearly it's not good for us to watch it. I mean, some of us do struggle. At my time when I was struggling with it, I'm clearly off of it, because I'm not gonna lie. I was having these dirty, nasty, sick dreams, and I got tired of it. And I just told God I'm sick of this, and I am. So I haven't been on it for about, I think, 4 weeks, 5 weeks now. I'm out. I don't want nothing to do with that stuff no more. But like he just said, it's normal. It's really not normal. You don't want to be watching that stuff. It opens so much. You have an open door for demons to come in and come out to do what they want to do. To do what they want to do to you in your sleep. And you just open a door that you don't want to open. Trust me. So if you're watching porn, don't watch it and don't entertain it. If you're sleeping around, don't do that either. That's again, all these are against God. God even lets us know the sin that we commit outside the body is the sin we commit outside the body is I forgot the Bible verse, but the sin that we commit inside the bodies in our temple is we're destroying our temple, and like I said, it's so much stuff. I'm messing with the Bible verse. Sorry, but it's against, like I said, it's against God. Point blank. Period. So if you're watching it, don't watch it.
Yes. When I was like in my teens.
And if you're struggling with it, ask God for help. Continue to ask God for help. If you fall down, you fall down, then get back up. Ask God for help and to keep helping you. You know, but don't give up, don't quit, but fight that stuff, man. If you gotta put Covenant Eye, it's a website. I'm not promoting them, but I'm just gonna say that if you gotta put Covenant Eye on your phone, put that. If you gotta put your phone at nighttime somewhere in the closet or somewhere in your car, do that. You know, any type of boundary you gotta set it. You know, but one thing I will say clearly that it helped me a lot. First, like I said, I'm sick and tired of it, so I just said I'm done. But other things you can do too is like the Bible said, walk in the spirit, you will not fulfill the things of the flesh. So spending more time with God, spending more time with your family, and man and woman of God, that also helped too. So yeah.
Right. You know, very awkward, right?
Yes.
But you know what it is.
Yes.
Okay. Does your husband watch it?
I don't watch. No.
That
I know of.
Okay. What about your son?
No, not that I know of.
Okay.
I mean, his door's always open. We go in and out. His computer's on. You know what
Does he work at all?
Yes, he works.
Okay. Is there any weird behavior you've seen of him?
No.
Does he like hang out with?
No.
Does he go any
He doesn't even like kids.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
It was now Philip's turn, and he was about to tell the officer some very disturbing things.
I'm not here to make a scene. I'm here to tell a story. Okay, a very truthful story. I'm gonna be as honest with you if you be honest with me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Honesty looks and goes a very long way inside the court systems, especially with these type of things. Okay. We had multiple tips come from an IP address that was coming from this house, registered to your mother, Paula.
Oh, because the internet's in her name.
Yes. Okay. That's why I'm here. There's been two incidents where videos were uploaded to an app called Kick.
Okay. Kick.
Or Media app.
The streaming service?
Mm-hmm. Messaging app, that type of stuff. Okay. They were very explicit videos of. Okay. I'm gonna reiterate what I said first. Now's the time to be very honest and truthful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm here for a reason. Those tips come with emails. You said an email.
Yeah.
That was on my tip.
Okay. Which one?
The cog one.
If I had my phone, I could double check to make sure. Okay. That said, got an email yesterday, day before yesterday, one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Just before, like midnight, 11. I was checking my email and it's like tagging 3 times. It's like there's suspicious activity. Log in or something like that on your account coming out of Atlanta. Didn't say what specifically. It didn't say specifically.
I stutter too. It's okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Don't worry about it. I do it all the time.
It didn't say what. It just said suspicious activity.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you need to change your password and to do all that, and I did that. I was like, that's weird. 3 different times to, and in the span of a couple of minutes, like there's suspicious activity, suspicious activity, suspicious activity.
Do you watch porn at all? Very. I'm gonna ask very awkward stuff.
Yes.
Okay. What kind of porn do you watch? I know these are awkward questions. It's as awkward to ask the same questions, so don't feel like this is normal for me. All right.
I watch
like BBC, MILF.
I've done some of that. I've done some of that. I have used Kick. I have used Kick in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I got invited to some groups that were like, post anything you want. Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And I have seen some things. I never downloaded anything, but I have seen things.
Mm-hmm. Like what?
Beastie.
And that's the dangerous about this and that's another dangerous thing about this pornography thing is that it causes you to watch other things. Like at some point in time, you get tired of watching. If you're people, so at some point you get tired of watching that how can I say this? You get tired of watching that same scene of man and woman, so you change it up. It's just people. I'm just gonna keep it 100. It's people, and some people they're so out of control that they go even farther to watch, like I said, child porn, and even like he just said, bestiality. Like, you know, like these are things that when you play with fire, you want to continue to put more gas into it. And eventually you're gonna get burned, man. So, man, if you listen to this, man, do not entertain. Do not entertain porn. After this video, there's another video we're gonna watch, but just don't entertain that stuff at all. It's just horrible.
Reality, supposed incest, that kind of thing, tampons.
So I'm here for kids.
Yeah. Understand.
Okay. My search warrant. I'm a very truthful person. I'm a very upfront person. All right. Like I said before, the truth is going to help you a lot. Okay. My search warrant covers going through any type of device inside that place.
My phone and my computer.
Yes, and or just anything in general.
Right.
Okay.
Any pixel I have.
What kind of phone do you have?
I have an Android.
Android.
Yeah. And I can't remember the specific model. An 823.
What color is it?
Black.
Does that have a passcode?
Yeah.
What is that passcode? Computer?
Yes, I do.
Does it have a passcode?
Yes, it does.
What is that? The passcode? Okay. Is there any other type of devices like tablets, iPads, anything like that inside there? Do you have more than one phone?
Just one.
More than one computer?
I have a very old computer.
Does it still work?
Barely.
Does that have a passcode?
I think it was the same password I use for everything else.
The interrogation was just getting started, as the officers were going to ask Philip a series of detailed questions, including describing a scene from the...
Now, we're going to go through all that. Okay, we're going to look through it here. We're also going to bring it back to our guys that do this for a living. They're called digital forensics. We have very, very good software, just like the feds do. We're going to be very thorough, download everything. Even if there's stuff being deleted, we can see that as well. Are we going to find anything on there, honestly?
The only thing you're not going to find, the only thing you're going to find in there, admittedly, there is. Do you ever hear of lolicon?
No.
There's lolicon.
What is lolicon?
That is drawn images.
Of what?
Young girls.
Young being under 18?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
But it's
like right there. Hold up. Sorry. But like right there. That's how the devil start with you. He start with you with little stuff like that. With little cartoon pictures and stuff, and have you looking at little cartoon pictures of freaking naked kids. It's like that. Like why would you be downloading that? Why would you be watching that? But that's how the devil start. He start with little stuff like that, and I'm not trying to, and I'm not blaming this and saying, oh, it's the devil. No, I'm not that type of person. But what I'm saying is how the devil tempt you. throw little stuff at you, and next thing you know, you're watching a whole video of a kid getting raped. Like, but it start off with the little things first. That's how it goes. It start off with the little things first. Then next thing you know, you're watching. Like I said again, next thing you're watching a whole kid get raped. It's just crazy.
All drawn, and none of it is real photographs or videos or what have you. There's none of that.
Any like real human stuff?
No.
Even
not.
Even if it's been deleted.
No. Like I said, I did use Kick in the past, and some
on
groups,
what? Your phone?
On my phone, just on my phone. Like I said, I got invited to some groups where I have seen. In some of these groups, I'd never downloaded anything.
So the way this tip came in, it was a peer-to-peer, which means somebody else had it or you had it and you guys were trading pretty much. That's how that works, peer-to-peer.
Okay.
So you guys were sending it back to each other.
Okay.
From this house, this IP,
from this house.
With that email you told me. So I have a lot of things that I know are true. So now's the time to be very honest.
I traded once.
Okay.
Because they promised me something in return.
Did you get what you wanted in return?
No, I didn't.
Well, he should have asked him what was they promising to return. What was they promising him to return of? Like, what were they promising him to return? That's what he should have asked him.
What was the trade?
In one of those groups I was in, stuff was getting posted.
Sorry for these bugs.
I know, it's
They're getting
fine.
me too.
They're getting group. Someone was like, trade for something. And I was like, I'm not gonna trade anything because I don't download anything. So something that I'd already gotten posted in the chat, I was just like, I'll trade that.
Okay. What was it?
It was child porn.
What like can you describe it to me?
No. It was just some video.
What was happening in the video?
Oh. I think it might have been oral.
With who?
A guy and what looked to be an underage.
Okay, can you describe where they were? Or like what I know this is very awkward and weird, okay?
You're asking for specifics.
Yeah.
Like, think about this. What the freak? How is you sitting there watching? Like, this doesn't make any sense, bro. Like, I'm trying to understand this type of stuff. So how do you sit there and you watch? Like, how do you sit there and you watch a kid? Because it's a kid. How do you sit there and watch an underage kid perform sexual act on a grown man? How's that even, like, how can you even fathom that? How can you even take that? I don't understand. How can you sit there and watch that and entertain that? Like, just me thinking about it just make me sick. Like, how can you sit there and watch that, bro? And well, he keep talking about trading. They doing the trading. It's like what? Both of y'all. So what? You trade him child pornography, then he trade you child pornography. Like, how does that? Like, what the freak is going on? Like, bro, I'm still trying to get in my mind. How do you sit there and entertain that, bro? Like, I don't understand. Like, how can you sit there and watch two kids? How can you sit there and watch kids and a grown man perform sexual act? It bothers my mind. I just don't understand it.
Where were they?
Like a room or a closet?
It looked like a bedroom, if I were to make a guess.
How did the video start off?
How did it start? Just started.
Like when you click play, whatever.
Oh.
What was the very first scene? Like how did the video progress as time went on?
How did it progress? It looked like she was on just I think it was a bedroom. I think they were on a bed.
They being and a...
Yes, a guy.
Okay.
And she performed oral, and then it stopped.
Was she laying like next to him, in between his legs?
Looked in between his legs.
Okay. Were they white, Asian, Hispanic?
I think maybe Hispanic.
Okay.
It's funny how he's funny, because you gotta understand this guy's a cop, right? It's funny how he said, is it white, Asian, or Hispanic? Because these are the three most people that entertain that type of stuff. Now, don't get us wrong, black people got their own, there's some black sickos out there too. But white, Asian, mostly white, because if you think I'm lying, if you think I'm bullcrapping, go watch Catch the Predator. You don't see nothing but white people. And I'm not trying to be racist. I'm not trying to, better yet, forget that. There was just last year, it was nothing but white teachers getting caught having sex with kids. If you think I'm joking. It was nothing but white teachers getting caught having sex with kids. So it's funny how he said, was it white, Asian, or Hispanic? Because these are the three people that get caught doing those type of stuff. Like I said, black people there's some black sickos out there too, but we're not messing with no little kids. Except that sicko Diddy, that nigga nasty. If he have, I'm just gonna say allegedly, because it's a whole different story about him. And then what's that guy named R. Kelly? Like I said again, usually it's white, Asian, and Hispanic. By what he's saying, because he ain't say no black. And you gotta understand, this is a guy who worked under that type of this is what he does. So he have done this stuff before. This is the police. I'm talking about the police. This is what he does. This is his job. So he usually probably see white, Hispanic, and maybe Asians. Well, he said Asians. So yeah.
Are there any videos or photos are we gonna find them? Because they're very good at
anything
what they do.
Real? No.
Okay. No.
Anything involving real people?
Yeah. No videos, photos.
No, absolutely
anything that was sent and downloaded, and then it was deleted because everything has a hash.
No, I never downloaded anything.
How long ago was this trade?
What's today?
Today's the 26th, July.
Friday the 26th.
Friday the 26th.
What did I say? Because I remember I asked, I said, I remember what I asked. I said, what are they trading? Well, common sense, they're probably trading freaking child pornography. That's what they were trading. Child pornography. Because I think I asked the question, why didn't he ask what are they trading? I mean, common sense is they trading child pornography.
2-3 weeks.
Okay.
2-3 weeks.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything else you wanna?
Aside from Kick, like I said, when I got invited to some of these groups, and I did trade, which I know I shouldn't have done. I do know that. I understand that. Like I said, I didn't get anything out of it. I fell for it. I shouldn't have. It was stupid. But I can guarantee there is nothing real, downloaded or otherwise, on my phone, my computer, the old one, any of that. Just the lolly.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Throughout the conversation, it was clear how nerve-wracked Philip was, as if he had been caught off guard. The next question would unsettle him even more.
Do you like kids at all? Just asking. No, not like, but like, do you like as a human being?
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, some people are like, I'd never want kids in my life. You know what I mean?
I've never been a kid person. Personally.
That's normal.
Right.
Okay. You go to like soccer games and stuff like that, football games. Have you ever had a one-on-one encounter?
No.
Have you ever had any physical contact with
No.
The reason why I asked that is so that we can use our resources to help that.
The answer would be no.
Okay.
check any records you want to check, ask anybody you want to ask.
I'm just asking.
Right. I mean, no, absolutely never.
You ever chatted with like in a chat room with a underage before?
If they were, I didn't know it.
Okay. Do you go in chat rooms a lot?
I'm on Discord.
Okay. Anything traded on Discord?
No.
Just gaming, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
What games do you play?
Play a lot.
Like FPS, MMOs.
I play an MMO. I play Final Fantasy 14.
That's a fun game, actually.
I play that.
Okay. You talk to anybody on there?
Again, if they were underage.
Like Rage or something in a group or like a party group?
No.
All right. I'm gonna talk to your dad, right?
Yeah, that's my dad.
Do you have anything else you want to tell me? Because the truth starts here,
right,
and it follows you. Because when you lie now, and then you go, if you ever have to go see a judge, you lie again. The court system does not like liars. Okay, so this is the time to be.
The only the kick thing that was as bad as it got.
Okay. All right. If you think of anything else that you want to tell me as you sit over there, just pull me out. Call for Brandon, whoever. Okay. You can go have a seat. Thank you. Okay. You want to hang out with my lieutenant for a second? I'm gonna go inside. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. I'm hot. I have passcodes.
He's got them. Okay.
So this is son's room.
Yep.
So he has an Android black and color. It's on the desk over there. I'm going to ask you very awkward questions.
Okay.
They're as awkward for me to ask you.
Right.
So this is normal for me. So just bear with me, okay?
Okay.
Right out the gate. Do you watch porn?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Have you in the past though?
Oh God, probably when I was a teenager.
Like Playboy and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you know what porn is?
Yes.
Do you know what is? Correct. So my job is to stop that from happening.
Absolutely.
I think that's sick. Have you ever seen before?
No.
Have you ever researched it?
No.
Do you have any in your possession on your phone or inside your house? Okay. No. We're going to go through a lot of things. It's going to be a while, and I'm sorry for that. If you guys need water or cigarettes or anything like that, just let us know. We'll get it for you.
She's got to be to work at 9 o'clock. Guess she might be late.
Only, yes. Everybody has to.
You'll let her call?
Yes, yeah. And if they want to talk to us, I'll get on the phone and vouch for the whole night.
I mean, she works for her brother.
Okay.
She only works 3 days.
I'm going to tell you right now, I don't suspect it's you or your wife.
No, it's not.
Okay.
If it's him, I'm gonna kill him.
I'm just letting you know. I don't suspect it's you or your wife.
Dude, I'll be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm 67 years old. The only thing I do on my phone is call my wife.
Yep.
That's what I need a phone for.
Right.
That's what
Correct.
it's for.
Correct.
It's not for all that other nonsense.
Right.
I don't even know how to turn his computer on. Okay. Honestly, I couldn't turn it on. If we went in there right now and you said turn that on, I would not have a clue. I mean, and my wife doesn't either because we're I'm born in 57. We're just so old school. Everything we do is old school.
Correct.
You know,
that's the best way to do things nowadays.
The thing is, you're making my head hurt.
Welcome to my life. I have to watch it.
You hear what he said? He said, I have to watch it, bro. That's what he said. This is his job. His job is he have to sit there and watch. You know, there's a movie called Sound of Freedom. And the guy was like, yo, I have to watch this. He's like, yo, it's like it sticks to my mind. Like think about it, bro. Like think about it. Like there's some stuff as a kid. I remember I remember when I was a kid, I saw something on YouTube where this guy put this other guy on fire. I think it was somewhere I think it was like in Africa. I'm just gonna say I think it was in Africa or something. And they burnt this guy alive. This guy was running around, burnt alive in fire. To this day, I still remember the video. To this day, I still remember the video. I still remember them beating that man up and throwing fire at him, burning him up. So this cop said he have to sit there and watch these innocent kids get raped, forced to perform sex act on grown people. Think how that stick to his mind, that stick to his head. Like think about it, when this guy go to sleep, if he is hopefully he's an okay person. This doesn't how can I say this? This doesn't like make him into like make him one of them. Hopefully I'm praying to God that doesn't happen. Because the Bible says we need to watch what we watch. We need to watch what like even though like you feel me, like even though he's not entertaining it, it's his job. But still, like think about it when he go to sleep, how that like stick to his head, bro. Like if I was a police officer and I had to sit there and watch that, I'm just gonna keep it real. And I had to go arrest this guy. I'm 99% sure this guy's coming out with broken teeth, broken arms. He's not coming out. He's not going. He's gonna make it to court. I hope to God he make it to court. But he's not making it looking normal. If I had to go get him, because that's just disgusting to me to see a grown man rape a kid. It's just not, like, my mind can't fathom of an innocent human being getting hurt. It can't take it. I hate it, and it's like I said, I'm not in that guy's shoes as a police officer. But if God forbid if I ever do it, if God forbid if I was ever in that predicament where I had to become a police officer and I had to sit there and do that man's job, I don't think I'd be able to do it. Because first of all, if I had to go get the rapist, that child, that predator, like I said again, I don't think Buddy would be making it to court. Like, I do not believe bro would be making it to court. I don't think so. I don't believe he'll be making it to court. This is just me, you know. Take it how you want to take it. Take it as a threat. Take it how you want to take it. But I don't believe bro will be making it to court. And if he did make it to court, he's making it to court with some broken teeth and some broken nose. I'm just keeping it real.
Well, no.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you got to be a sick son of a and if he's doing that shit, I'm going to beat him. I'm telling you.
So
I hope he's not, but I don't know what's going on here. I mean, I don't know.
If you go back over there, are you going to cause a scene?
Who?
You.
Absolutely not.
Okay, I just don't want you to get in trouble for
No, I'm not going to say nothing until everything's said and done here. I'm not saying a word, man. I mean, I ain't never been in trouble in my life. One time, 30 years ago, I wrote a bad check. Other than that, I have never been in trouble, ever.
Okay.
Ever.
So we're going to be taking a few items for download to analyze them back at our station. Probably going to be a while. If I don't get them back today, it's not your stuff. So as of right now, we'll be taking a computer, 2 computers, and a phone to go back and download. Okay, it's on the. It'd be his, and it's his computer. There's going to be a list in there of the things that we're taking, your copy and my copy, included with the search warrant, and that's your copy.
Gotcha.
Okay? I will leave my business card here as well.
All right.
So if you have any questions or you have any questions, you can call me and ask me some questions, okay?
Okay.
We'll be out of here shortly for you.
Okay.
Did you call your work?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
We got it.
Okay, thank you.
Upon accessing the computer, the police found AI-generated animated videos of involved.
Do y'all hear what he just said? He said, whoever the person is talking, the guy said they found an AI generated. But I'm still trying to figure out what the hell is this AI stuff. Like, I know what it is. I know it's got to do with robots and all that. But he said they found AI generated child porn on his phone. Like, I'm trying to. What do you mean AI generated? What does that mean? Like, what does that mean? You find AI generated child porn? Because this AI stuff is new. So if you can take AI and I don't understand what they meant by that. Neither is I'm gonna try to find out. But I don't get it.
Involved in sexual activities, some of which appeared almost lifelike. Based on the evidence, sexual activity, the police found AI-generated animated videos of involved in sexual activities, some of which appeared almost lifelike. Based on the evidence, an arrest warrant was issued for Philip, who was located at the theater about a month later.
What's up, buddy? Oh, hands on back, please. Hands on back, okay. Palms together.
Oh, palms together?
Yep.
Palms together.
You have any knives or anything on?
No, I don't.
Needles, sticks.
Hey, who's the manager?
Anything that's gonna hurt
Senior manager. And okay, yeah. He's 10-15. Thank you. Strip call it out.
It's inside.
What is that?
Oh, it's a flashlight.
Just don't go anywhere yet. Hey,
Hi, good. How are you?
Yeah, can I talk to you guys in here for?
We have staff in there.
Oh, okay. Come down here for me. So I'm recording just so you know.
Okay.
So he has a warrant for his arrest. We did a cyber tip on his house. We're arresting today for 20 counts of obscene images. So that's not at the level of, but not good either way. So, so he's going with us. Sorry to inconvenience you guys. It's just we
But
do
his
it.
parents know, right? 'Cause his dad's probably gonna pick him up. Okay.
They don't know he's in custody yet, but we're going to call him and let him know. So, because I know
He gets off at what, 5?
Yeah.
So his dad's
he might be out there.
His dad might be out there sitting in a Jeep. He normally sits across this
On that side?
parking lot
Okay.
on that side.
All right, yeah, sorry to have to do it here. It's just that we knew it was here. We had to pick him up. So, okay.
got to do. It's unfortunate.
So this had media attention too, so it may end up on the news. I don't know. Just so you're very aware of it.
So we know.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Do you have any questions for me? All right.
So you will be going to jail today for 20 counts. Okay. All the counts illegal. You're possessing obscene things. Okay. I will call your dad, your mom, and let them know. You'll be transported down to the county jail. All right. You have a $30,000 bond. If you bond out, you can. If not, then you will stay in jail until you can bond out. Okay. There are stipulations to your warrant. Okay. You can't be around kids. You can't connect to the internet. You can't talk to any victims, which of course they're drunk, but you can't do any of that. Okay. Questions for me right now?
Nothing springs to mind.
Okay. These things. Pen, lights.
Oh, yes. What
pens? Can the pen stay here? So you can take, I mean, you can, but it doesn't mean
yeah.
What about the light? What do you want to do with that?
You can add guest services.
Okay. I imagine you want to take your phone with you, right? Or do
yes.
you need it?
That's.
No, I'm good. You want to take your phone with you?
Sure.
The show list can stay here?
Oh, yeah, that can stay.
All right. So just hang tight for me real quick. You kick down for a second?
Yeah.
Let's step over here so we're not.
What happened? Don't worry about it.
I meant, do we think he's going to be in jail? He's going to get bonded? Yeah.
He'll have a bond.
Okay, so he might get out. So we're trying to get ready to cover his shifts.
Yeah, we probably do.
It's like a $30,000 bond. I think,
Oh,
so.
my God, yes.
Yes.
He might not.
Yeah, I would. You work at a movie theater. A lot of kids come here. So I'm not telling you to do something, but I would move your hand on something with him. Okay. He'll be going to jail tonight.
Okay.
I have a warrant in hand for his arrest. Telling him he had to be done here at your place of business. We do apologize.
Okay.
All right. But this is where he was. The judge signed it. He told him we had to come and get him. Okay. You guys have any questions for me at all?
To anybody who's watching this, when you have a bond that's like this is example, like his bond is 30,000. If you got a bail's bondman, you put 10% down. So if his father or his mother want to get him out, they put 10% down of 30,000. That's what, $3,000. So they want to probably put $3,000 down to get their kids out. So you don't have to pay the whole $30,000. You can just pay. You can pay $3,000. But I don't know why they even landed. I don't know why he even got a bond. That's another one. That's even crazy to me.
I don't know.
Okay. I'm going to give you my business card.
Okay.
If you have any questions, go ahead and call me.
Okay. Thank you.
Name, number, emails on there and everything.
Okay.
So he'll be going to jail.
Okay, but nothing happened on our side, though, correct?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No. It was online.
Okay.
Okay. So he has it right now. He'll be going to jail. Any questions, give me a call, okay? Sorry it had to be done here, but this is where he was. We do where he was. We don't want him running somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
All right, we're ready.
Okay. What the help your guest services?
Yeah.
Is that on the right?
Yeah, it's at desk.
Okay.
Philip's father was also present at the scene and had a breakdown after Philip was placed inside the police unit.
To the left?
Yeah. So look, hey Philip, you want to go to Dad? We look forward to. Dad, yeah. I'll talk to Dad. You take that phone with me.
How you doing, sir?
And I will be there. All right. You go to the jail?
Pretty good question, right?
Yeah, I understand. Second.
I think you were telling me bullshit, and that's just not the human thing to do to a father.
So the thing is, the reason why we do that.
So you don't want to hear that. I know why. Yeah, because he's trying to kill himself.
We don't want him seeing us when we show up and grabs a knife and something worse happens. This has happened in the past. It happened down in Miami.
But see,
multiple people got shot and killed.
He didn't try to kill himself. I got assaulted that afternoon.
I heard that too, yes.
You heard that? Sir. I got 8 stitches in my face.
I'm very sorry for that.
I understand that, but I wish you just would have told me. Philip is not going to run or try to hurt himself.
I know, but you got to remember, people tell that to us all the time.
He might now. See, and he's got medicine in the house he has to have. So what are we going to do about this?
So he has a bond. Okay. So his bond's $30,000. You would pay $3,000 to get him out.
To get him out.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is he being charged with?
20 counts of obscene material.
20 counts?
Yes, sir. It was very disturbing. Very disturbing.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna have a heart attack.
So, do you want his phone? He said to give you his phone.
That's his mom's phone.
Okay.
I look at detective. I'm not mad at you.
I know you're not, but there's certain ways that we have to do things.
I understand that. I wish you would have just let me come get him. You would have come to the house because he's going to try to do something. And I got to tell you something else. The guy that assaulted me is my son-in-law. Mm-hmm. Okay? I dropped the charges on him for my daughter. Mm-hmm. Okay?
That's another reason I'm trying on. That's another thing I don't get it. Why did the son attack? Listen, me as a married man, I would never put my hands on my father-in-law. At least I would try not to put my hands on anybody, really. I'm just gonna be honest. At least I would try not to. But just him being my father-in-law, I don't believe I would ever put my hands on him. But then I'm trying to find out why did the guy put his hand on him, knowing that that's his father-in-law, and then why is his daughter still? Why are they even married? Like why? Like that right there should be a divorce. Hey, I don't know. Like that's crazy.
So if the state picks that up, he could be going to your jail.
I don't think he's going to be because it's a charge of drop. If the victim drops it, I mean.
Okay, then I understand that. I just would never want them to be in. He needs to be watched. I'm just telling you guys.
If there was a situation where your son-in-law went to jail, you call me. You got my number. They will be separated. That happened 2 nights ago. We had to separate people. Somebody inside didn't like somebody outside. We had to separate them. Okay.
I understand.
But the reason why we do this is so nobody gets hurt.
I understand that.
We don't want you getting hurt. We don't want him getting hurt. We don't want him to get hurt. It's the surprise factor, so he doesn't know.
I understand. I wish you wouldn't have done that at work because you know how embarrassing that is.
I know.
I wish you would have brought him.
And that's another thing. Like the father's really I do feel bad for the father and the mom. But come on, man, you saying how embarrassing it is. You know how embarrassing it is to have kids that's watching child pornography and they're embarrassing you. Who care about them embarrassing themselves? They're embarrassing you. Like, come on, man. Like, who give a freak about all that other how embarrassing it is to arrest them? He need to be arrested. So what? Embarrassing? Like, he already embarrassed you. He embarrassed you. He embarrassed your wife. Like, come on, man. He put you guys in danger. Hey, come on.
But he also shouldn't work here.
Let me bring him outside. I mean, Philip's not a bad kid.
He also shouldn't work here.
He got caught up in some bad stuff. And I totally agree with you. I 100% I agree with you on that, sir. I honestly do. I don't mind, man.
I don't know.
Can I talk to him?
Give it a second. But he shouldn't work here because he's around kids.
I understand.
All this stuff was.
I understand that.
Was disgusting.
Okay.
Between the ages of infant to about 10 years old.
And he was looking at it.
Yeah.
You hear what he just said? Did you hear what he just said? He said between the age of an infant and 10 years old. Do you hear that nasty stuff, bro? Bro, do you hear that? Between the age of an infant and 10 years old. So this guy's watching child pornography from... First of all, what kind of sick... what kind of nasty, disgusting freak sit there and try to entertain himself with an infant? I mean, an infant could be like, what, 5 weeks, 2-3 months, a year old, 2 years old, if I'm right. Then you got an 8-year-old, a 9-year-old, 7-year-old, 6-year-old, 5-year-old. These are the things that he was watching as these... Bro, that is to think like... Do anybody who's watching this understand this, how nasty that is, bro? Like, the person who's even doing that, like, how can you, like, what the freak is wrong with you, bro? Like, how do you take a little kid and take away their innocence like that? Like, you're taking an infant, they don't even know, their body not even grown yet, and you're, what the freak is wrong? And then to be sitting there watching that, entertaining that, and checking your meat off that. Sorry for my language, but to be playing with yourself, entertaining yourself with that type of stuff, that is disgusting, bro. That is, oh my gosh, that is crazy. That's crazy, bro.
Yes, sir. Like 30-minute videos on his computer. Okay. I would tell you the truth. This is the truth. This is why.
That's what I want.
But I can't do that on the phone with you. You know what I mean?
No, I understand, because I would have said, "Oh, I'm going to go get my son.
Correct.
With no money, we're going to run to Key West."
No,
it's not. We're just. Me and Paul are been married 45 years, and
I'm sorry this is happening to you.
And for me to get assaulted like that, I should have never dropped the charges. But I made that decision on my daughter.
Yes.
It's heartbreaking to see his father having a breakdown. People often fail to realize how much pain their actions can cause their loved ones. His parents will have to live with that pain for the rest of their lives.
So when can he find out about a bond?
So he has a bond right now.
Right now?
So he has to go in and get booked in, and then he can bond out.
When he gets booked?
Yes, so in the next 2-3 hours.
So it'll cost him $3,000 to get out?
Yes. Okay. Here's his wallet. You have my number still?
Yes, sir.
Here's his phone. He said you can take
We're not bad people.
I know you. I don't think you. I think you're the most honest person that I've spoken to in a long time. Everybody likes
we want to live our shitty life. Be retired.
But I also have a job to do.
I understand that, sir. 100%. Holy smokes.
Here's his phone, sir. So he's not over there. He's in the car. He's not. He's.
They got nothing to do with him. I'm sorry. I'm just so upset right now.
There's the phone. If you have any questions, please call me. Okay.
Please talk to him.
I gotta ask my supervisor first, and then I will let you know. Okay.
I'll stand right there.
I told the manager that the meeting was over as well.
Put you right here because we know she's not going to back up anywhere.
The reason I'm super happy is we're standing in front of a movie theater. You guys saw this guy come out in his movie theater. You know how many kids go in there every single day. If he's looking at who knows what the next step is. The average person would probably look at this and say, man, that looks very real to me. But there may be that person who plays a lot of video games or who doesn't, who regularly operates on computers and may think, no, I know this isn't a real person.
After I need people to know, man. I don't know what this AI stuff is. I understand you gotta do something with robot, but whatever it is, I think it's gonna be bad for the American people, because no matter what kind of stuff people make, it's always used for bad. And I don't like I said I don't know what like it said man caught with AI child pornography. So I'm still trying to understand the AI part. Like the AI part. Could send the AI part be some robotic? So I'm still trying. I don't like I'm trying to understand that part. But yeah, man, that's oh gosh.
A search warrant on the suspect's phone, detectives say they found what's best described as video game style images of kids.
Our conversation inside the office is one thing, but what a grand jury would think would be a whole nother thing. And so I'm hoping that this can be upgraded to additional charges.
It's going to be okay, bro. Okay? You got a blind. So I'm going to call Stephen. And I'm going to see if I can get you out tonight. Okay?
And my problem with this is like now you got the parents all trying to hug up on him. Man, what happened with me trying to beat his ass? What happened with me trying to beat his ass? Like I understand parent love is parent love, but what happened with me trying to beat his ass, bro? Like come on, man. This man is watching he's watching child porn, and the daddy all he could do is hug him and say, "I'm gonna get you out." Come on, man. Like come on. Like what free? Man, there will be no hugging off me. Ain't no hugging off me. So I'm coming in there punching your jaw. What the freak is you doing? Like,
calm down, man. Hey, I'm calm. You know what we're talking about. I got you. It's all right. You okay? I'm all right. You okay? Yes, I'm okay. Hey, I know. I'm trying. Let me do this. Thank you, Detective.
Yes, sir.
Just thought we had to meet like this.
That's perfectly fine. I gave your dad your phone and your wallet.
Okay, that's just as long as they're going to put you on suicide watch, I'm telling you.
They have to book them in first. Once
What's it going to take?
It takes a couple hours. Fingerprints, photos. They have to ingest the warrant into their system. They have to claim the warrant. It's a whole process.
Yeah, I understand.
There is a phone in there that's free to use inside the booking area that he can make phone calls on.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I'm sorry, sir.
It's for me.
I know you got a hell of a job, and I can't be any other way.
Correct. And we, as a whole, appreciate that.
I mean, I just can't be this person because I've been dealt shit all my life. You know, especially, when I never should have dropped charges on that piece of I paid for that.
So if there's any problems with your wife or anything, let me know.
No.
Okay.
What you doing?
Like the sheriff said, that's Sheriff X wants me to know. We have a bunch of services. Okay.
Yeah, whatever you need, we got services for you. So we'll be happy to help. If you go home and your wife breaks down, don't hesitate to call us. We'll get you victim assistance out there. We'll do whatever we can to help you out.
All is to come with a wife, but this is going to stop. This is going to be tough on her.
Philip was charged with 20 counts of knowingly possessing, and his bond was set at $30,000. YouTube thinks you'll love the video.
And I don't know what's wrong with YouTube, but this whole bleeping thing is going crazy, man. YouTube's acting retarded with that bleeping thing. I thought we bleep things when people are cussing. We just bleeping everything now. Goodness sake. But I want to watch this other video real quick, so I can find it. Let me look for it real quick, y'all. I'm trying to look. What the freak is it? Let me see. There's a video I want to watch. It's about.
little over a month ago,
This video here, I don't know anything about it, but since we talking about pornography, let's talk about Pornhub. Pornhub is a crime scene, and I don't know if you guys know there's a new law now where Pornhub is cut off. Now, I think it's a new law where I don't know. I guess you have to something about an ID or something like that. And I think they need to do that for every. I think they need to do that for every adult content website. Like they need to block it all. And if you try to get it, then you should be fined like at least $100. I feel like you should. Here's what I don't know. If Donald Trump ever hit it, here's what should happen. You should. He ain't being the president because he probably got the power to do that. He should block every pornography website off. And if you try to like get inside that website, you should be fined like $100. Like whatever. If you try to get to if you try to go into the website, you should be fined $100. And if you try to go get it like in a dark website, you should be put to jail for. That should be a crime right there. You should being a dark web is a crime already, I believe. So that right there should already be. So there ain't no question. And if it's not a crime, it should be a crime. But yeah, that's what should happen. Like I think I believe, like I said, Mr. Donald Trump, if you're listening to this, somehow, somewhere, I don't know. If you listen to this, you should block off all the porn websites. And if people try to get into it, $100 fine for everyone. $100 fine. If you try to get to it, $100 fine. If you try to go outside of a website, like you try to go to the dark web or something, then that should be some prison time spent or jail time. Just my opinion. But this right here, I don't know what it's about. It's my first time watching it. I'm gonna watch it with y'all. It's an hour long. I'm gonna try to watch it with y'all, and if I gotta react to other videos, I'll try to react to it. Again, YouTube is for educational purpose only, not my video. But hopefully it's not going to be copyrighted. But, hey, we'll see.
Sat down with the new owner of Pornhub, Solomon Friedman, and Ethical Capital Partners, and we had a conversation together. After the conversation, I asked a lot of questions, tough questions. Some of them were answered, some of them were not. It got to a lady named Layla Mickelwaite, who is the one that started Trafficking Hub petition and got 2.33 million signatures to shut down Pornhub. She reached out, says, Pat, a lot of things were said, a lot of things were missed. I want to come to your podcast and talk about it. Eventually, we were able to make it work. We had the conversation today. She comes with a folder this big.
Let me read this real quick for the description down here. It said, Lila Mickelwaite joined Patrick Bet David to reveal about Pornhub alleged illegal practice and their new owner, Ethical Capital Partner. From underage traffic to hiding email exchange and lawsuit involving high-profile companies like MasterCard and Visa. This interview dives deep into the controversy surrounding the world's largest porn platform. So Pornhub is where the girls are sex trafficked to create sexual content, and maybe that's the reason why Pornhub is shut down, or not shut down. It should be shut down, but maybe that's the reason why it's cut off, because maybe somebody in the White House knows something that we outsiders don't know.
Showing the lawsuits they're going through, an email exchange of CEOs and executives of what's being said, of taking down videos of underage porn that was on there while MasterCard or Visa is asking them, why is this video still on your website? She's sharing that exchange. Very weird. She's talking about Bill Ackman, a guy that's worth almost $10 billion, getting involved and making a phone call to CEO of MasterCard or Visa, who was a former colleague that they played tennis together, saying, hey, did you know about this? And then all of a sudden, those guys took action. The amount of things that she shared with me and said, Pat, Solomon lied to you. This is her words. He lied to you when he said X, Y, Z. I want you to see this for yourself.
If you know me as a family guy, I got 4 kids. Not a fan of this stuff that's out there, especially underage stuff and anything having to do with human trafficking. Many times when we think about child trafficking, we forget the fact that there's human trafficking above 18 years old or revenge porn. A lot of that stuff that's going on right now as well. Layla broken down in ways that I had no idea. This is what she does 24/7, following these stories, even to the point that the previous owner of Pornhub that ended up having tax issues reached out to her to tell her issues that's really going on Pornhub. Again, I want you to watch this for yourself and be the judge of whether this website should stay up or it should be taken down, because that's what they're trying to do there. And I think you're going to see some insight. If you enjoyed the previous one that we did, I think you're going to love this one here today, again, with Layla Micklethwait.
She was from Broward County, Florida.
Ooh,
she was missing from
Broward County, Florida. That's why I'm not really from there, but this is why I lived there since I was 7 years old, 8 years old. I love Broward County, Florida. I mean, Broward County, Florida it's dangerous, but it's fun, man. It's real fun. It's fun. It's dangerous, but I love it. I love it, man. I love it, man. It's a beautiful place. Beautiful place, Broward County, Florida. But like she said, it's it's a lot of crazy stuff going down there in Broward County, Florida.
for an entire year, and she was from Broward County, Florida. She was missing for an entire year, and she was finally found when her distraught mother was tipped off by a Pornhub user that he recognized her daughter on the site. She was found in 58 videos on Pornhub. So this is emails from the CEO. Can we tell MasterCard that it just slipped through the cracks? They want to know what we do.
Oh, they're communicating amongst each other as employees.
They're saying, what should we do? She couldn't be older than 13 or 14, and the video was obvious. And they left it up.
Under new ownership or old ownership?
This is the old ownership, but old ownership is the same VPs and executives that are there today, right? But there's not
why
enforcement.
are they not being held accountable?
There's not enforcement.
I don't get that, though. Who wouldn't enforce that law? It's kids.
I want to address something that Solomon and his partner said on this show. I mean, you could play what he actually said. It's a complete lie. They exploit and they harvest the data of every single user that visits their site. They're currently being sued in a class action, and I think we will see full criminal prosecution of the owners of Pornhub, and I hope that we do.
Who is the owner? Oh, he's the owner of Pornhub. I heard the owner of Pornhub is Jewish. So this guy know that the people that he's putting in his platform are sex trafficked, and he still put them on there, knowing that they are sex trafficked. He need to go to jail, man. That guy need to go to jail. So you know that the people that you're having on your show are being sex trafficked, and you still put them in your show, you still put them on your website. Come on, man.
Did you ever think you would make it? I feel I'm so close I could taste sweet victory. I know this life meant for me.
You know, I gotta turn off the music just in case, but I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to keep this up anyway.
Hey, so folks, a month ago. Okay, so folks, a month ago or so, I interviewed the new owners of Pornhub, okay? Solomon Friedman, and he brought one of his associates, and we had a very good conversation together. It was to find out what's really going on because the level of criticism that Pornhub's gotten over the years. And then while I'm doing that, one of the things we talked about was the petition, the fact that Trafficking Hub petition has roughly, Rob, if you can show this, 2.33 million signatures worldwide. And I said, that's very interesting. After the interview was done with the new owner, I get a message from a Layla that says, Patrick, I'm the one that posted that Trafficking Hub petition, getting all the signatures, and she wrote a book called Takedown, which we'll put the link below. Then I started looking into what she's done, the interview she's done, and I have, again, more questions about Pornhub. I thought it was the right thing to do to bring her here to give us a different perspective, not from the owner's perspective, but from the other side saying we need to do something about Pornhub. So with that being said, it's great to have you on.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. So tell me, when you watched it, like, what was it when you said, I'm going to reach out to Pat, I want to have a conversation? What part of the interview prompted you to want to do that?
From the beginning. I mean, from the beginning, it was clear that you were going to ask really good questions, and I want to give you credit for what you did. As an outsider, looking at the situation and being able to go deep into the important questions, but what I realized is that you weren't getting the answers, that there was deflection, that there was lies. And I said, look, we have to set the record straight because there's nothing more than the truth. The truth is what is really going to set people free. It's what's going to bring change in this situation. It's what's going to bring justice. And I said, look, we need to actually tell the truth. And so that's why I reached out.
Fantastic. Now, for the audience to know the outcome of Trafficking Hub. So I went and read what the outcome is. Rob, if you can go up a little bit so we can read that. Trafficking Hub is a decentralized global movement of individual survivors, organizations, and advocates from across a broad spectrum of political, faith, and non-faith, economic, and ideological background, all uniting together for the single purpose of shutting down Pornhub. So it's not getting them to use better technology like Yoti. It's not getting them to use better methods of, filtering things out. It's actually to shut down Pornhub and holding its executives accountable for enabling, distributing, and profiting from rape, child abuse, sex trafficking, and criminal image-based sexual abuse. So your outcome with Pornhub is to shut the website down.
100%.
Tell me why.
It's not to shut down the entire porn industry. It's to shut down.
I'm not gonna lie, shut the whole porn industry down. You want a better world? You want a better system? You want a better nation? Shut the whole porn down. Shut the whole porn website down. Listen, Donald Trump, I voted for you, buddy. Shut the whole thing down. Trust me, I'm 99% sure that Pornhub is not the only website that's doing that. That know that this somebody's being sex trafficked. I'm pretty sure Pornhub is not the only website that knows that. I'm pretty sure there's a whole lot of other websites out there that's doing the same thing. I'm pretty sure, bro. You want a better world, Mr. Donald Trump? You want some normal people walking around? Shut down the pornography. Shut it down. I think somebody just, if I was right, I had a homeboy of mine who just sent me a picture, or not a picture, he sent me a video of a teacher in Miami that was watching porn on screen while he was at work. While he was teaching, he was watching porn. Like, what the hell? Like, porn is like crack cocaine. Like, that stuff is like crack cocaine. Like, for you to be at work sitting there watching it, knowing that there's a bunch of people looking at you. Like, first of all, it's spiritual. But secondly, it's damn near like a drug. Not damn near like a drug. It is a drug because research have found out that it's like a dopamine. So you constantly want more and more and more. Bro, again, like I said, Donald Trump, I voted for you, buddy. If I was you, if I'm going to shut off one Pornhub, shut the whole porn website down. All of them. Everything. And if you try to get into it, you should be fine. And if you try to go to a website like a dark web, you should be going to prison. Straight up. I'm just being honest. And that goes for anybody. I don't give a freak. That goes for me too. I'm keep it 100. Shut it down.
Corporate trafficker, Pornhub, because, like you just said, they have. It's not to shut down the entire porn industry. It's to shut down a corporate trafficker, Pornhub, because, like you just said, they have globally distributed and profited from the trauma of countless victims since 2007. And what justice looks like in this situation is not a slap on the wrist. A slap on the wrist does not deter future abusers. A slap on the wrist does not bring healing and closure to victims. So from day one, when we realized that Pornhub was not a porn site, it was a crime scene infested with videos of real sexual crime. And the crime that gets distributed, it's one thing for a victim to be raped. But when that's filmed and then uploaded and then distributed for profit and pleasure to millions of users per day, they call it the immortal.
You're telling me that everybody that watched Pornhub every website that they watched, whatever scene that they were watching at, you're telling me that they were watching, like, they was watching rape? They were watching sex trafficking, human sex trafficking victims? They was watching, I don't know, child pornography? I mean, that's the question I like to ask. Like, you're telling me anybody, you're telling me the people who were watching Pornhub, when they were watching that platform, they were watching sex trafficking, they were watching child pornography, they were watching human sex trafficking. That's what you're telling me. They were watching victim get raped? Like, think about that. It's crazy.
Of their trauma, where they'll never be able to get over that because it's going to get just like the sadistic game of whack-a-mole. They just have to keep finding it and begging and trying to take it down and again and again. And victims of this kind of abuse, you know, we call it image-based sexual abuse, all the way from child rape to adult rape and trafficking and what we used to call revenge porn. You know, they have a 50% ideation rate for suicide. So this is really a life and death issue. And so we felt from the beginning that the call to action here was to shut down Pornhub because we felt like that was, you know, severe harm demands severe consequence.
So, you know, you say that, and, you know, you obviously know I pushed them very hard when they were here, and I for me, it was like, what makes somebody want to be a porn star? There's certain things to it, even to the point that, you know, I'm sitting here watching a documentary called After Porn Ends, the story of porn stars, what their life is like after they're out of the porn industry, and how do you go back to a normal life from that space. But there's a few things, Rob. Can you pull up the story of New York Times, the 2020 article, right? I think it is.
The children of Pornhub.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is the article that is disturbing to read, but I want to read it to you because I think it's stuff that we need to. I got 4 kids, and I openly talk to my kids about this kind of stuff to prepare them for them because they're 12, 10, specifically to the 12 and 11-year-old, but the 8 and 3, soon I'll be talking to them as well. I want to read this to you. So,
yeah, what he said? He said from the 11 to 12, he talk about this type of stuff to them. As a parent, you should talk to your kids about sex, pornography. Now, don't show it to them, but you should at least talk about it like 11, 12. Don't wait until they step outside and let somebody else show it to them. You as the mother, you as the father, start talking to them now. Don't wait till they step and then you let somebody else teach them. You let the school teach them some bull crap. That's straight nonsense. You at least, because I like what he just said. He said he's doing it for them. He said he's doing it. He's telling them about the porn. He's telling them about sex. At 11, 12, you know, 11, I say, yeah, 11 is a pretty good age because they finna hit 12. That's when they hit 12. You definitely should be talking to them about that because that's when they start growing. That's when they start creating hair everywhere, and that's when that's when that's when you start want to do things. So yeah, 11, 12 definitely is a good age to start talking to your kids about sex, porn, and avoid those things. Not to show, because I had a father of mine. This guy used to he never really told us to get away from the porn when we were a kid. He would just be like, yeah, just don't watch it in front of your sister, you know. And I was like, what the freak? That's not how that work. I mean, now looking at him like, bro, I'm looking at it now, I'm like, why ain't you just tell us don't watch it at all? But yeah, that's the type of household I kind of lived in.
So if you can zoom in, Robin, we can read through this article together. So this is an article that they wrote. Exact date, Rob, if you can go a little bit higher. December
4, 2020.
2020. Okay,
yes.
So, you know, so Pornhub prides itself on being the cheery, winking face of naughty, the website, billboard, a Times Square, and provides snow plows to Boston. Okay, great. Next, the supposedly wholesome Pornhub attracts 3.5 billion visits a month, more than Netflix, Yahoo, or Amazon. This is when Yahoo was relevant that you would even mention it. Pornhub rakes in money from almost 3 billion ad impressions a day, One ranking lists Pornhub as the 10th most visited website in the world. And then as you go lower, you'll see this. Yet another side of the company, its site is infested with rape videos. It monetizes child rape, revenge pornography, spy cam videos of women showering, racist and misogynist content, footage of women.
But that's the thing, though. Pornhub is not the only one that does this, though. Every other porn website do the same thing. They got revenge pornography. They got spy cam video. They got woman showering, like spy cam video, woman showering. They got racist, misogynist. I don't know what that misogynist content. I don't know what that is. A woman, what the freak said? Misogynist content of footage of woman being haphaphatics and plastic bags. I don't know what that is. But sorry for my language there, but most of the websites are Pornhub is not the only website that's doing this. There's other websites that's doing. There's all the other porn websites that's doing the same thing. Pornhub is not the only one. So if we're gonna shut down Pornhub, shut down the rest of the porn website, because Pornhub is not the only one that's doing this. Like there's other websites you can type in, and you can type those type of sicko stuff in there, and you can receive the same. You can get the same content.
Woman being asphyxiated in plastic bags, a search for girls under 18, no space, or 14YO, no space, leads in each case to more than 100,000 videos. Most aren't of children assaulted, but too many are. After a 15-year-old girl went missing in Florida, her mother found her on Pornhub, and 58 sex videos, sexual assaults on a 14-year-old California girl were posted on Pornhub and were reported to authorities. I can go on and on and on reading this entire article. It's very disturbing. When this came out, there's a story that came out on how Pornhub reacted to this, which, if I'm not mistaken, they took down 10 million videos.
They took down now today. So I want to update those stats for you, because by the end of 2020, so Trafficking Hub started in February of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of 2020, they had capitalized on coronavirus. So they had done some crazy PR stunts, which they're really good at doing, offering free premium to the entire world. Their views and their traffic skyrocketed. So by the end of 2020, they were actually, according to the CEO, the 5th most trafficked website in the world. They had 170 million visits a day, 62 billion visits per year.
That is insane.
And they had enough content being uploaded that it would take 169 years to watch if you put those videos back to back. Now, they had 56 million pieces of content on Pornhub at the end of 2020. Today, the story that's told here in this book, today, they have been forced to take down 91% of the entire site. They went from 56 million pieces of content in 2020 to 5.2 million pieces of content today, in what Financial Times has called probably the biggest takedown of content in internet history.
That's insane. So now it's 90%, because the article I read,
91%.
91%.
Yes.
At the time it was 80%,
Yes.
the one that I read.
Correct. Yes.
That they take down. So let's go with that. Let's continue with that. So 56 million to 5.2 million. So their argument may be, Solomon Friedman, they bought it in March of 2023. Okay. So when I'm asking them, when you bought the company, there was a part when I said, okay, you bought the company. Of the things that you said the company has changed, oh, we no longer do that. Oh, we no longer do this. Oh, we no longer do that. Great. How many of the old executives and management team that was there when this was happening are no longer there, that you came in, you clean house, you fired them, and they're still there? What do you know about the old executive team versus the new one?
I thought that was a brilliant question, because when they purchased a hastily concocted pop-up private equity firm that called themselves Ethical Capital Partners, purchased a distressed asset in March of 2023.
Right.
That was Pornhub and all of its parent, sister sites. Sorry. I want to first of all tell you that Pornhub is owned by a parent company that used to be called MindGeek. They recently renamed it to ILO because they're trying to distance themselves from their toxic reputation as peddlers of crime.
Back in the days, it was MindGeek prior to Ethical
Yes. So
Partners.
then they renamed it. But this is a history. This is the trajectory of Pornhub from the beginning. So they started out as Mansef.
Okay.
When their owners got in trouble, They, it was over $6 million.
Mansif, Manwin, MindGeek.
Yes. Then
Okay.
they got in trouble with the law. Then they had to sell it. They sold it to a German entrepreneur named Fabian Tillman, who actually is, one of the people that came forward to help hold Pornhub accountable.
Former owner of
The
Pornhub
former
came
owner of Pornhub, Fabian Tillman. He's called the Zuckerberg of porn. So he purchased Pornhub, a distressed, Mansef. And then he purchased it, and his vision was to dominate the global porn industry. So what he did, he got a $362 million loan from Colbeck Capital, and he rolled up the entire porn industry under one company that he called Manwin. Manwin dominated the global porn industry.
Fabian Tillman?
Fabian.
Okay.
Exactly.
Please continue. I'll follow.
So
Manwin.
So Manwin, then he got in trouble. He got arrested for tax evasion. And then he had to sell the company again. So you see a pattern here. So he sold it to CEO and COO Faraz Antoon and David Tassillo, and a man who was the secret majority shareholder that purchased 61% of the site. He was unknown to.
So the Pornhub website is constantly being traded off. I won't say traded. It's constantly being passed over to another person. So you really can't. Maybe I could be wrong on this. I'm not no freaking smart crap. I'm not really smart in this in doing this type of stuff. But it look like it's being passed over, so it won't look like it won't reach out to him. So because if you keep passing it, then which person are you gonna catch? Kind of, if that makes sense. Maybe I'm wrong.
To anybody. He kept his identity hidden for years. We finally exposed him and found him in the midst of the trafficking hub movement to hold them accountable.
Yeah,
His name
that's what I was trying to get to. So this person keep constantly her traded so her buy her get the loan, her resell it to somebody else. I'm guessing that person will probably resell it and they'll continue reselling. So you really don't know who to really talk to because it's been passed on by so many people. If that makes sense.
name was Bernd Bergmair. And so then he sold it to them, and then it became MindGeek. And then years later, they're in legal trouble. They've been charged by the federal government for knowingly and intentionally benefiting from sex trafficking. They lost Visa, MasterCard, Discover, PayPal, all cut ties with the site because they confirmed it was infested with videos of real sexual crime. They lost all mainstream advertisers and partners. Even KY Jelly and Weed Maps will not advertise on Pornhub anymore. They were kicked off.
Jelly will not
They will
advertise on
not.
porn.
No, they will not because of what happened,
Very
because of the exposure that happened. Okay, and then they got sold again to Ethical Capital Partners, who is now renamed MindGeek, ALO. So you could see a pattern. This is kind of what has happened over the years with Pornhub. As they get in trouble, they try to rebrand. They get in trouble, they try to rebrand, and now this is the latest iteration.
But when you say
that's I think I heard that crime before, bro. It's who does that? It was a crime. Somebody was doing that. Like somebody told me about that. That they'll rechange the name. See, I guess bro haven't changed the Pornhub name. It still stick with Pornhub, but the only thing he'll do is he'll resell it to a different person. He'll sell it to a different person. But there was one person. There was one dude. I remember there was one dude that I was doing that I heard about was he'll rename the I think it was like a business. He'll rename the business. So he'll get a loan and then he'll rename the business. He'll go get another loan again, he'll rename the business. Exactly what they're doing with Pornhub. It's just that they're not renaming the business. They're just passing it over to a different to like a different buyer type of. And then the different buyers go from MindGeek to Alo and all that stuff. So like I say, it becomes kind of hard down the years to get them, if that makes sense.
So what is the pattern? The pattern is who the buyers are, or the pattern is the new people come in and they're turned on by how much traffic these guys are getting, and they try to clean it up and nobody can. What is the
It's
pattern?
not that they can't. They don't want to because of the business model. But I do want to go back to your question because the question was whose heads rolled? Who actually got fired from the company? Who
Right.
left the company? And it was the CEO and the COO who were the Mike Tasillo and Faraz Antoon. Again, two men that had hidden themselves from the public for so many years until they were finally exposed and had to face the public in a parliamentary inquiry in 2021. But they were forced to leave the company. And they're the only ones.
Why were they? Just because when a new
Well,
company
because of everything. It was a disaster
What
for
is
them.
the background with Ferris, Anton, and David Tasillo?
So he was there from the beginning. They were
Who?
both there
Both of
from the
them?
beginning when it
Okay.
was Mansef. So they were originals, right? From the inception. When Pornhub was purchased for $2,000 in 2007 by a man named Matt Keiser, who was part of this original Mansef group. And so they were there from the beginning and they've stayed with the company. They were forced to resign just because there was a tsunami of bad headlines, one after another. It wasn't just the New York Times. Thousands of media articles have been written exposing them. And then it was after the New Yorker did an 8,000-word expose on them that it was the final straw and they had to depart the company. And then that's when Ethical Capital came in. But let's ask a question. I mean, you're a businessman, right? So if you're coming in and you're saying, okay, we're going to call ourselves Ethical Capital, we're going to try to rebrand Pornhub and kind of try to kind of resuscitate the brand, what would be the first thing that you would do to be able to legitimately say that you are actually a new company, fresh start? Wouldn't you get rid of all of the people who were complicit in these crimes against children?
Number one, that's the first thing you do.
Clean house, right?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, they didn't
Now, when
do
Elon Musk bought Twitter, let's just kind of use a case study. He bought Twitter at a time where Twitter was censoring, silencing, and doing all the things that America, even election was affected by some of the roles that Twitter played. And then we found out later on that the communication they were having with the White House, Elon buys it. They have 7,500 employees. The next day he fires 50%. They're down to 3,750. The next week, 1,250 quit. So in a week or two, he went from 7,500 employees to 2,250 employees. So first thing you got to do. So I asked the question, who was there? So what percentage of the old employees and executives and directors and VPs that were there prior to Ethical Partners buying them to now?
Most of them are still. The only ones I'm aware of that are gone are Faraz Antoon, CEO, the COO, David Tasillo, and then Frank Mancina, who was the CFO.
Did you ever try to talk to those guys or no?
I mean, if you read this, they attacked hard. They were not interested in conversation. They did not want to solve the problem.
Tell us about it.
They wanted to attack those who were raising the problem. Not
In
only
what way?
me,
In what
but
way?
victims. Well, really quick, I just want to finish that point about the executives because I think it's really important to know that today, the same men, the CPO, Kareem El-Marazi, so he was there from the beginning. He was there. He was promoted by Faraz himself to his position. Matt Kalichi, where we have emails here that were uncovered in legal discovery talking about the way that Matt was discouraging taking down illegal content from the site when they were discovering it.
Can you read one of them, or is that something that can be read?
100%.
Okay.
It might take time for me to open these up and get those.
I wouldn't mind reading one that says leave the
Okay.
ones underage
Okay.
on there. If you have any of it, I'd like to
So
read
here we
it.
go. This is what
I'll be right back, y'all. I just need to do a couple things. I'll be right back. Because this is kind of getting interesting.
I want to show you. So this is emails from the CEO.
Okay.
Okay. So this was uncovered in legal discovery. So let's go here. Okay. Here's one. So this is an email exchange between the VPs, who are still there.
Is this public record?
This is public record.
Okay, fantastic. So we can show. So the crew will come afterwards and get the B-roll and show to the audience
Yes.
as well.
So
Go for it.
here's just one example.
Yeah.
So Serena, the girl that you showed in the New York Times piece. Let me talk about her. So Serena, she was 13 years old when she was sexually abused by, being convinced by an older.
Her?
This is Serena Flatus.
Okay.
Yes, she's from Bakersfield, California. So as an innocent young teen, she had a crush on a boy older than her. She was a straight A student. She had never kissed a boy before. And he convinced her to send him some nude images and videos of herself. And she wanted to impress him, so she did. Those videos were shared with classmates, and soon they were uploaded to Pornhub, where they were getting millions and millions of views. She would beg for those videos to come down, and either she would be ignored, or when they would respond, they would say, prove that you're underage.
That's another thing, young females, stop doing that. I think I spoke. See, damn, I deleted that video. That's the thing I was trying to say. Stop doing that, y'all. Stop taking pictures of yourself nakedly and showing guys that stuff, man. Like, I get it. I know people are young, people do dumb things, but stop doing that, bro. Because the dude that you showing it to is gonna show it to his friends, and then he's gonna enter. And then if he could sell it and get some money out of it, he's gonna do that too, man. Stop doing that, y'all. That's stupid. It's dumb. And and it stay in the websites for a long time. No matter how much you ask it to be deleted, it can still be seen. No matter how old you are, y'all need to start doing that, bro. That's crazy. Y'all need to start doing that stuff.
Prove that you're a victim in this video. And if she did get it down, it would just get re-uploaded, because one of the things that they did was they placed a download button on every single video on Pornhub. So, and this is not a download button like on YouTube, where you kind of can watch it later, but you don't possess it. It's a download button where actually you can own on your device. 170 million visitors per day had an opportunity to download and possess her trauma and then re-upload it again and again and again and again. And this sent her on a spiral of despair. She ended up dropping out of school because of being bullied. She got addicted to drugs to try to numb the pain. She tried to kill herself multiple times. It's just amazing that she's even alive today. And then she wound up homeless, living out of a car. Okay? That's Serena. Thankfully today, she's actually suing the literal hell out of Pornhub. She's suing the owners by name. She's suing the company. She is suing Visa for monetizing her abuse on the site. And she's suing the hedge funds that funded this whole operation.
I'm trying to understand Visa. You talking about Visa, the debit card? The Visa's Visa, the debit card, doing with sex traffic, crime, porn stuff. I don't know.
We could talk about that later. But Serena, so this is Serena's abuse video. I came across her abuse in 2020 on Pornhub. It was clear it was abuse. This was one of several videos. The comments indicated that it was abuse. She clearly looked like she was she couldn't be older than 13 or 14, and the video was obvious. At the time, I was in touch with MasterCard's VPs because I was trying hard to get them to demonetize Pornhub, because I knew that's the Achilles heel of Pornhub was credit card companies. I sent the VP her link to her video.
To Visa?
To MasterCard.
To MasterCard, okay.
They sent it to Pornhub and said, what is this? They actually said, we received, so the VPs and the CEO were in an email exchange. We received the below referral as suspected child porn located on Pornhub with the URL to the video. They clicked on that video. They saw that video. And you know what they did? They debated whether or not they should, what will make us look worse to MasterCard if we take it down or if we leave it up. It wasn't automatically, let's take that down. And they left it up. They left the video up.
For how long?
In the litigation, so in Serena's lawsuit, it says that they left it up, that it didn't come down until the big purge in 2020. That her abuse videos didn't come down until the purge of 2020.
How long is that?
So that would be, so let's see, this happened in May 20.
Okay, so December 4th. So let's just say later. So it's 7 months, 6 months.
So they're here saying, can we say it slipped through? Can we, so they're
Who is saying
can
that?
we say
Pornhub?
it slipped through? The CEO is saying, can we tell MasterCard that it just slipped through the cracks? They want to know what we do.
Oh, they're communicating amongst each other as employees.
They're saying, what should we do? We're in trouble with MasterCard. They even say, who's sending these videos? The CEO says, I know it's Lila who's doing this. The question from MasterCard is, what did you do to verify her age? And they're talking in these email exchanges saying, we don't do anything to verify age. Because this is the whole way that this started. Since 2007, Pornhub became the YouTube of porn, where anybody anywhere in the world could become a pornographer and upload sex videos to the site. And they were not verifying. So I tested this upload process in February 1st of 2020. After I heard the story in the news of that 15-year-old girl, she was from Broward County, Florida. She was missing for an entire year, and she was finally found when her distraught mother was tipped off by a Pornhub user that he recognized her daughter on the site. She was found in 58 videos being raped and trafficked on Pornhub, okay? I was haunted by that story. I was haunted by another story at the same time where the Sunday Times did an investigation. They found dozens of illegal videos on the site within minutes, even children as young as 3 years old on Pornhub. And I was up late one night, and this is in the context of 15 years in the fight against trafficking.
Nah, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I used to watch Pornhub. Like I said, I'm not watching porn no more. But I used to watch Pornhub. I ain't seen no kid type of things. So I don't know. I ain't never seen no kid type of stuff when I was watching it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I never saw that type of stuff. I never saw those type of videos. Like I know there's real videos out there in Pornhub, but all that other stuff you talking about, I ain't never seen those ones never came to. When I would click on it, I didn't see those ones. I'm just being honest.
And I'm up late, consoling my own newborn who was crying in the middle of the night. And I was thinking
And I'm not saying she's lying too.
About these stories, and I was haunted with a question. How in the world did that abuse end up on Pornhub? And I tested the upload system that night, and I found out what millions of people already knew. And that was the crux of the problem. They did not verify. In under 10 minutes, anybody with an email address could anonymously upload content to the site. They were not checking ID to make sure these are not children. They were not checking consent to make sure these are not rape or trafficking victims. And because of that, the site became infested with videos of real sexual crime, including Serena's abuse, including so many victim stories I could tell you.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. So for the longest time, there was a basketball team, the Clippers. I don't know if you're familiar with the Clippers. They had an owner called Donald Sterling. And Donald Sterling, there was clips of him being racist, comments he made, dropping the N-word, I think. Rob, you know what I'm saying? You've seen the clips where he's saying words and he talked about them in a very disrespectful manner, many racist comments. And he was banned from the NBA for life and fined $2.5 million. So every time you thought about the Clippers, you thought about him. This is Donald Sterling. And nobody wanted to play for them. Black players who were there, they didn't want to play for them. And they had a pretty good team. They didn't want to play for him. NBA forces him to sell. He sells it, I think, for like $2 billion. And a guy named Steve Ballmer. Steve Ballmer is the number 5 employee from Microsoft, worth $150 billion today. He comes in, he buys the Clippers in 2014, 2015. Rob, I don't know what the year it is. He cleans house when he comes in. Now it's a great organization. Things are great. Things are smooth. There's no issues. And Clippers make a comeback, and it's actually a fun team to watch. I don't know if they're no longer right now, but they made a good run at what they did. Okay. So the new buyers buy it in March of 2023. Okay, give or take. The dates, I have it somewhere around here. When they buy it, one of the things that I asked is, so now you're saying 91% of videos are taken out from 56 million to 5.2 million. It's a big number to filter all that stuff out. And I say, so how do you know when somebody is uploading a video that the person is underage or not underage, right? And we look up, there's a software that I think they use called Yoti, and Yoti is a third-party service to prove identity to the company. So I can go on there and say, hi, I'm Patrick Bet David. Boom, you know how you do your Apple, whatever. Yeah, Patrick Bet David, you're 46 years old, you're fine. You can put up your video. Great, fantastic. No, you're 15 years old, you can't put up your video, cannot be uploaded. Great. All right. So that is headed in the right direction if this thing is going to stay on. That's the progress. Question I ask is, how do you go back?
But they didn't start doing that. So say they bought it in March of 2023. I have the emails where they're telling their users, it is only in September 3rd of 2024 when they started requiring the age and consent verification of the individuals in the videos. Prior to that, after December, the big takedown in December, after the New York Times article.
So for 18 months, they're not requiring age of people in videos.
In the video. So they only
That's a problem
required
with me.
the age of the uploader.
I got it. So that's September. So that's just 2 months ago.
Yes. And even
Is this documented that they
I
just...
have the emails right here. Let me show you. I will show it to you right
so
now.
Yodi, can you pull up, when did Pornhub start using Yodi?
New videos uploaded as of September 3rd, 2024 onward will only be published if IDs and proof of consent have been submitted and approved for all co-performers featured in the content. So prior to this...
Who is approving that?
Who?
Who does that? What is it?
Yoti does this service
Yoti
for them.
does that.
Yes. But before that, let me just tell you, they... They were only requiring the ID of the uploader. So remember I told you I tested the system in February
I got you.
2020.
There's 4 people in the video. I'm the one that's uploading the video. You only check me, but the 3 other people that are in the video,
Yes.
you're not verifying them, but the video gets through and it's on there.
Okay, now let me give you an example on why that doesn't
Please.
work. There is a man named Rocky Shea Franklin in Alabama who raped a 12-year-old boy. He drugged him, he overpowered him, and he raped him. And he took 23 of those assault videos and he uploaded them to Pornhub. They were being, at the time, they were being sold as pay to download content on the site. Rocky Shea Franklin.
Man sentenced for 40 years for sexual. Man sentenced for 40 years for sexual exploitation of child, advertising child porn, and distribution of child porn. Oh wow. This is May 19, 2022.
Franklin's in prison for 40 years. You can look it up. You can Google Rocky Shea Franklin for 40 years in prison for what he did. He was a verified uploader. Okay. What? We have the picture of Rocky. We know what his Pornhub username was. He's not the only one.
Let me look for this guy. I'm embarrassed. I like to embarrass people. Let me see. Rocky Shea. I'm gonna look at his mugshot. Oh, come on, man. Which one is which? I'm trying to see which one is which. Is it him? Rocky Franklin? Is it this guy? Who's this guy? This A$AP Rocky. Get the freak out of here. Let's forget A$AP Rocky. I'm trying to see which one is which. Man, Rocky shit. Who is this guy? Let me go to their page real quick. View page. Because... trying to see. Greenville man get 48% child sex crime. 36-year-old Greenville man will spend the next 40 years in federal prison after being convicted of multiple child sex crime, according to U.S. Attorney Sandra J. Stewart and Federal Bureau of Investigation Special Agent Special Agent Charge Paul W. Brown. Rocky Shea Franklin learned his fate Tuesday, which also included registration as a sex offender and lifetime supervised release once his prison sentence ends. The investigation against Franklin started in 2019 when law enforcement got multiple report from the National Center for Missing Exploited Child that identified an IP address associated with suspected online child porn activity. I want to read all this, but I'm trying to find him, bro. Rocky Shea Franklin. Yeah, I'm trying to find which, like, what's pitch at? Is that him? Who did? Is that him? At least 500. Oh my gosh, I'm trying. I can't ain't no picture of this guy.
Victims who are suing Pornhub today had their abuse, whether it's adult rape or trafficking or child exploitation, uploaded by verified uploaders. So we know that that does not stop. And they knew that upon acquiring the company, they knew that just requiring the ID of the uploader does not solve this problem. Yet they allowed those 5.2 million videos, right? So those were videos where the uploader would have been verified, but not the individuals in the videos themselves. They only started to require that in September. So Ethical Capital Partners went that many months profiting from, and I say profiting from because this is free porn, but it is highly monetized porn. Every video has ads around it. Today they sell 4 billion ad impressions on Pornhub and its sister sites every single day.
Well, if you look at the estimated revenue, 2022 was 468 million. 2023 was around $500 million. 2024, it could be between 450 to 550 million dollars, according to some of the numbers that we see. Okay, so they started using Yodi of everybody in the video a month before they came on the podcast, because they came on October 4th. You were saying September 3rd?
September 3rd, 2024 is when they started doing this. And they even then sent a follow-up email to say, I know this is going to cause friction, right? It's going to be a more difficult process to upload. But what we're going to do is we're going to create a loophole for you. So let me show you another email.
Is that an article, Rob, that shows what they're using? Is that the announces biometric technology to verify users?
Yes, this is February 3rd, 2021 from Vice. And in it, they mention Yodi right down here.
For uploaders. It's for uploaders.
So for uploaders, they started in 2021. But for everybody in the video, they started at September 3rd of 2024.
And they implemented a system. So what they did was, to make it easier, they created essentially what's a loophole to the system, where they created an auto tag option where anybody, so you can get.
So now I'm getting what they're trying to say. What they're trying to say is that they got two ways they can there's two things they can find out who you are. They got one for the person who's downloading it, and they got one for the person who's in the video, like to make sure this person is of age. But they doing the one with the age. They're doing the one that of the age one. They're doing that now. The one with the download one, they been doing that. They were doing that 2021. But the one where we gotta find if this person is an age that's in that video, they're doing that now. That's the problem.
Get one person verified, and they describe it here as an auto tag function. So if you auto tag somebody else, that they will automatically, they don't have to verify their age and consent in that. So I'm trying to explain how this works. So you have a performer that is actually verified. So they show their ID and they, do their consent form, then they can toggle on this feature that they describe in these emails to their users where they can auto accept incoming tags. So another person could have X, Y, and Z individuals in their videos. And in order for them to get around actually having to show the ID and consent of all those individuals, they can go to somebody who has the auto accept, auto tag on and just tag them. Okay. And what they said in this email, if they abuse the feature and try to tag you in a video that you're not in, a compliance team will catch it and may not allow it. May not. Do you know what may not means? This is tricky, right? May not means we may allow it, right? So even now, it's clear that this system isn't really a robust and reliable system. And yet they're here, sitting here, Alex, with that cross around her neck, and she's been there for so many years. She was there when these children were being abused, were the rape and trafficking victims. And even today, they have illegal content on the site. And you know how I know this? The proof is the fact that they had to file a report under the Digital Services Act. The Digital Services Act is a European law, and they really fought hard not to have to report under the Digital Services Act. They said, look, we're not a very large online platform, is their argument, because very large online platforms have to report. And they actually did, and they had to report how many videos that they took down that were illegal content. And from February 15 of 2024 to June 30 of 2024, they reported 3,770 images that they believed were child sexual abuse material that had to be taken down. And over 8,000, it was 8,679, I think was the number, of non-consensual and adult rape videos. So that's averaging about 1,000 children and 2,000 adults per month, because this was 4.5 months, that they had to disclose. And that's not counting 300,000 videos that they just lumped in under general terms of service violations. General terms.
Now, let me, so in your eyes, let me continue with this. Who right now, like who do you go to report this and they get involved and say, whoa, this is, we got to investigate this. Who is being helpful? Who is not? People you're reporting to.
Law enforcement's helpful.
They are helpful.
Yes.
In what way?
I mean, they will actually process a video. So there's certain attorney general's offices across the United States that have, become passionate about this issue and care about it. And so a video could be sent to them, and they will then reach out to Pornhub and demand that it comes down. So that's helpful. One thing that's not helpful is that Ethical Capital Partners has set up a system where if a user sees a problematic video on Pornhub, they can't just flag the content and take it, actually just flag it. They have to log in.
That's how you just tweeted that.
They have to create a user account in order to report it. Now, I find that interesting because children don't have to create a user account to watch the videos on Pornhub.
What?
Anyone in the world. So a child, right?
Anybody and a mama. But again, I don't know. Did Pornhub do something wrong to some people? Did Pornhub mess up the liquor company or something? Because Pornhub is being attacked, and it should be attacked, but every other porn website should be attacked too. Because there's a lot of porn website that a 11-year-old, a 9-year-old can just type and go in. No problem. No issue. There's no problem. There's no problem at all. Any other website, they can do that.
Anyone with a device.
Go to Pornhub.com.
All they have today, and they didn't even have this.
You're going to be fine because I'm the one that's going to write you up.
So they only have.
Oh, shoot, back up. Yeah, okay, I didn't. Seriously, that's the homepage?
Yes. Okay. They didn't even have an RU18 click-through button when all of this started in 2020 that any 5-year-old could navigate through.
You see those guys in the back? So let me ask you. You're so funny, Humberto. I can hear you. So a child can go on without logging in?
But
I
you
don't
can't.
understand
But
that.
you can't
Yeah,
flag.
but that's every website though. Like Pornhub is not the only website you can do that to. That's every other website you can do that to. A kid can just type in, and the kid can just type whatever and goes in. Like every website you can do that to. You can do that. I'm not gonna name the websites, but Pornhub is not the only website that you can do that to. Trust me. I'm gonna say it again. Pornhub is not the only website you can do that to. It's not the only website you can do that to.
Flag a video. If you see a video on Pornhub that you think is illegal, you can't just flag that video without actually logging in. Yet, they allow anybody to watch their entire library of millions of videos without logging in. So, I mean, how ethical is that, right?
So, okay, so you go in, anybody can go through any of the videos that are on there. But if I want to report something, I need to log in. I've already consumed the video. I've seen it. But if I want to report, I have to log in. Why do I have to log in to report?
I think that it's a deterrent factor for reporting. I mean,
why?
Because if they get...
Because it just don't make you want to do it. Like, if I got to log in to report the video, it's just gonna, like, what's the point of me doing all that? It's just, like, I don't have to create a login. I don't have to use a username or a login to enter the website. So why do I have to log in, create like a login for me to flag this website or flag this video? So it just deters you from just doing it. That's all they're trying to do. Cause you not to do it.
So let me tell you another thing. In the legal discovery that's happened, so there's now, nearly 300 victims who are suing Pornhub in 25 lawsuits, including multiple class actions on behalf of tens of thousands of child victims. Okay? And part of the legal discovery has uncovered the fact that they only had one person. Now, the company had 1,800 employees by the end of 2020. And they employed one person to work 5 days a week, reviewing videos flagged by users as containing terms of service violations, including what would be child rape, trafficking, all sorts of non-consensual content. Okay? They had a policy that a video had to be flagged 15 times before it was put in line for review. Are you following me? So an abuse victim,
Before
a
it was
child,
put in for review, one person that does 5 days a week, I'm following.
right? So a victim could find their abuse on Pornhub. They would have to flag it over 15 times for it to even be put in line for review.
Oh, wow.
And their entire backlog was 706,000 videos. Now,
706,000 videos of 15 times being flagged?
of a backlog of flagged videos that were flagged.
Not 15 times, just flagged
Yes,
once.
just flagged videos. Now, here are the emails that are saying, so this is the CEO again. They're in trouble
Which
with
CEO
MasterCard.
Is this the old CEO or
for
the new
Ross
CEO?
Antune, but the CPO, who's currently the same CPO, the VPs that are currently the same VPs, are discussing this policy. And they're talking about, look, he says, the below seems good and reasonable. Videos with 15 flag is never viewed. And they say we have 706,425 videos that have been flagged that are in the backlog, okay? So this was the process. Now tell me, based on that, is it any wonder that they make it difficult to flag videos? I don't know how many they have today, but that's the system
CPO
they
is the
have.
chief product officer?
Yes.
Okay. Who's the chief product officer? What's the name of the guy?
Karim El-Marazi. Karim El-Marazi.
Karim Al-Marazi?
Yes. ELMARAZI.
Oh, is that it? Like it's separate? No, just he's giving you a suggestion right there. It says, do you mean? Yeah, right there. Is this the guy?
There he is, right there. Yes.
Okay, so can we read his background? I want to know his background. Karim Al-Marazi is currently chief product officer at MindGeek. Before joining MindGeek, he served president TV and managed services at Playboy Plus Entertainment. Okay, from August 2011 to July 16. Before their time at Playboy, Karim was with Bell from June of 2002 to September of 2011. where they held the title of General Manager Mobile Solutions. In this role, Kareem was responsible for business solutions and wireless professionals going to some management. Okay. So, all right. So he was at Playboy. From Playboy, he comes in here, Chief Product Officer. In the email, he's saying those that get flagged 15 plus times don't get that many views. The other 706,000 videos that got flagged do.
No, he's the one that's part of this discussion where they have set up a policy. So this is what is so problematic.
The policy is the 15?
The policy is the fact that they have one person out of a staff of 1,800. They're making hundreds of millions. So you're a businessman.
Yes.
Again, if you're a company that...
I see what she's talking about. What she's saying, they have one dude looking at about 76,000, he's trying to look at it. He's trying to look at 76,000 flag videos. It's one dude. And this is a company that's making about $1 billion. But they got one dude sitting down, looking at videos that are flagged, about 76,000 videos. So it's causing, like, how can that person able to do all that? Why they only have one person? Why don't they have more than one person?
Wants to make sure that there's not illegal content proliferating all over your site. Okay? You have 1,800 employees. Most of them are not doing the compliance work. In fact, we have evidence that they only had 30 moderators moderating the content.
What was the number they told me when I asked them? Do you remember that when I said, how many moderators do you have?
They said they wouldn't tell you. They wouldn't tell you a number, but they said hundreds. They said hundreds.
How many is actually doing it?
Well, I know that as of 2020, they only had 30, and not only so they had 30 working 10 per shift, and these people were actually tasked to watch at least 700 videos per shift. They were reprimanded if they had less than 700. Some of the more advanced moderators that were there for a long time and knew how to skip through things very quickly were even watching up to 2,000 videos per 8-hour shift. And they were watching these, just skipping through these. They just skip through them. They just skip through the videos.
So you watch it on 2.0 speed.
But this isn't even just Pornhub. This is for all the tube sites. So they own Pornhub, RedTube, YouPorn, GayTube, XTube. So many tube sites, and they had 10 people. Now compare this. Facebook has 15,000 moderators. Okay, this is a company.
That's what she's trying to say. She's trying to say is that freaking what's his name? What she's trying to say is Pornhub have one person sitting there flagging these videos while they're making millions and billions of dollars. That's what she's trying to say. Hey, what's up, Donna? Dude. But that's what she's trying to say. It's like you got one person making so much money, but they only got one person hired to do one job. They only got one person doing one job. That doesn't make any sense.
Company that owns most of the world's most popular porn sites. Okay, think of the massive amount. They hired 10 world's most popular porn sites. Okay, think of the massive amount. They hired 10 people per shift to do this job, okay? That is a policy that they put in place while they are not verifying agent consent, while they have one person reviewing flagged videos. So policy that they put in place while they are not verifying agent consent, while they have one person reviewing flagged videos.
See how crazy that sounds? Business mind, why would they have one person reviewing a flagged video? You got one person reviewing flag videos? Like, how can you have one person reviewing flag videos? Like, how can one person do that one job? That's just, it's impossible. You should have somebody rotate every other day. You got one person, every 5 days looking at videos. Like, come on, bro. Yeah, the person's gonna mess up eventually. But this is $1 million, billion-dollar company. So I get what she's saying. Like the way I explained it, I thought I explained it wrong, but I kind of explained it. I explained it right. I just maybe a little, not too smart, but I explained it right.
So when I say that these executives and these VPs set up these policies, These weren't accidents. These were decisions.
How many videos are uploaded per hour? They gave the number. Do you remember the video, Rob?
They said there were 2,000 per day now. Okay. They used to have 25,000
Per
a
day.
day.
Now it's 2,000.
In 2020.
Okay, so if they got 2,000 per day, it works if you have hundreds, like they said.
To review every video.
To review every
Yes.
video. It doesn't work
So,
if it's only 30.
The problem is it doesn't matter if they have 10,000 moderators. If they're not verifying the age and consent of every individual in every video, it's a guessing game. And you hit on that during your interview. It's a game of Russian roulette with people's lives because there's no way that they can guess properly who's 16 and who's 18, right?
Yeah.
Because not even a pediatrician can guess on a consistent basis who's 15 and who's 18. You just cannot do it.
Is this the part, Rob?
This is where they explain how many moderators
Can
they
I
have.
can I hear this? I'm curious.
Every single video is reviewed by a human. We have age ID consent for uploaders, everybody appearing in content. There is absolutely no incentive to do otherwise on our platform. I always make that point. Like from a business perspective, there's no incentive to do anything but the highest standards of trust and safety. So you have a company with 1,500 people, you're going to have people who are saying nonsense.
Technical product manager?
So I have to say this. This is not someone, obviously, when I'm reviewing the company and I look very, very carefully at it, including spending time. None of these are not trust and safety staff. These are not moderators. These are not people in compliance. Whatever idea they have, although it's very interesting, we learned something. We actually learned a very important lesson, which was you can have a company of 1,500 people and you'll have graphic designers and you'll have salespeople and customer support. All of them need to be educated on our trust and safety system. So we actually, the company in response, and I think it was absolutely the right thing to do. Now, doesn't matter if you're the janitor.
Are they going to tell us how many moderators, Rob?
They're not. They're going to say
He
they have
continues
hundreds.
this word salad where he actually doesn't answer how many moderators
They won't
have.
tell. They won't say exactly how many they were.
No, he just keeps stating that they have
used to have
1,500
30.
employees.
Okay, but here's what he just said was they review every single video. Now let me say they've been saying that since they started defending themselves in 2020. Let me tell you what that means. That is their admission of deep complicity. Because there was a 12-year-old boy, right, drugged, overpowered, and raped in 23 videos with titles that indicated that it was abuse. I won't say what they are on because I don't want people to be disturbed, but the titles of the videos, and maybe I will. I mean, Young Ass is Best, Uncle Secret, Little Nephew, things like that on these videos. They had, right, confirmed by the Sunday Times, children as young as 3 on this site.
Be quiet.
The Sunday Times did an investigation in late 2019. They found dozens of videos on the site that were illegal within minutes, even children as young as 3. They have had, now I've seen these videos, and this is described in the New York Times piece by Nick Kristof, videos where victims are so unconscious and drugged, their bodies are completely limp, and a masked assailant is actually lifting the eyelids of the victims. You can see their red bloodshot
What are
eyes.
you talking about?
And actually touching the eyeballs of these victims.
In Pornhub.
On Pornhub. Drug needles where you could see the needle with which they were drugged. And I don't want to disturb people by describing it in too much detail, but let's just say it is clear that this is not acting. Okay? When you're actually tickling the feet and you're touching the eyeballs of a rape victim, and what they're saying is that their moderators
I'm so sorry, y'all. I had to deal with something real quick. I just want to back up real quick, see what they talking about.
And I don't want to the eyeballs of these victims
In Pornhub.
on Pornhub, drug needles where you could see the needle with which they were drugged. And I don't want to disturb people by describing it in too much detail, but let's just say it is clear that this is not acting. Okay, when you're actually tickling the feet and you're touching the eyeballs of a rape victim, and what they're saying is that their moderators, what he just said was that this is what they've been saying since 2020. Their moderators viewed those videos. They approved, and this is confirmed. When you look at lawsuits, 179-page complaints detailing the evidence of a site infested with real obvious sexual crime. He's saying that those moderators viewed and then said, looks good. Let's go ahead and put this live on the site. And not only that, let's go ahead and monetize it with ads, because every video, I describe in my book one video of a clearly prepubescent child. It's so obvious. And she is being anally raped by a perpetrator. And she is protesting in the video. And we reported it, and it didn't come down. Weeks later, it was still up.
Under new ownership or old ownership?
This is the old ownership, but old ownership is the same VPs and executives that are there today, right? Okay? We already know that. They already said that. It didn't come down. It got reported multiple times. It was only when we got the FBI involved, then they reported to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, that they finally were forced to take down this video. And even when they took down the video, because traffic is so important to them, because inventory is so important to them, they took down the video, but they left
money. If you don't understand what she's saying, money is so important to them that they'd rather watch little kids get raped and get molested just to make a little money, man. Just make a little buck.
black box there that said removed at the request of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. They left the tags, the title, the views, the comments, everything. Why? Because they want inventory, because they want it to be picked up on Google to drive more traffic to the site. And maybe they won't see that particular child's abuse, but then they'll just get directed to a whole bunch of other material.
Okay, so that's when I said, aside from you, who is reacting to this? Obviously,
many people.
This
is a movement.
I get it's a movement, but now if you're in front of a court and you got lawyers, I got lawyers representing them, Pornhub, and I got lawyers representing you and the victims, right? The lawyers representing them are going to say, Your Honor, we bought this company in March of 2023. We know these were the issues. Here's what we've done. We made the investment. We've gotten rid of this and we've gotten rid of that. And back in the days, 91% of it is gone. And we are following the guidelines in this because we want this thing to be extremely compliant and we want to follow the guidelines by every single state and da-da-da-da-da. And this is what we've done.
That's not how the law works.
But how does it work?
Because you can't go commit a crime and just because time has passed, you don't get held responsible for it. Okay? So, right? That's not how justice works. That's why.
Not if it's new ownership, though. Because if I buy a company that.
Well, they're the ones who are being sued. So ILO, right? Ethical Capital Partners is not able to escape the litigation of what.
I understand. But even with the law that comes after them, because your outcome is you want to shut down Pornhub. That's you. The 2.33 million signatures that you've collected, they're supporting you because they want to see Pornhub being shut down, not being moderated, not.
I'm glad when they're taking steps to limit the amount of illegal content.
Can
that is
they
on
do
the
anything
site.
where you will be in a position to say, guys, it's fine, it can stay on?
Absolutely not.
Why?
Because victims will never forget. That's not what justice looks like. It doesn't look like you say sorry.
Yeah.
You say, okay, we're going to clean some stuff up now because we got in trouble. It's not because they wanted to do this, right? Yeah. If the petition never happened, if Nick Kristof didn't write his article, if Bill Ackman didn't get involved to help get the credit card companies to cut them off, if they didn't...
Bill Ackman is the one that got the Visa and MasterCard to cut them off?
Yeah, so Bill Ackman, I love Bill. He's been such an important advocate in this fight. He read the Nick Kristof New York Times piece, I think it was the day after it was out, sipping his morning coffee in his penthouse. And he was incensed because he has daughters himself. And I ended up getting in touch with him and explained everything that was going on. And he not only, tweeted about it, he actually contacted Ajay Banga, who at the time was the CEO of MasterCard, because he knew him from the tennis circuit. And he shared the article and he said, look, you need to do the right thing here. And he said, I'm on it. And that's when they announced that they were going to be investigating the site, even though we had already been engaged with MasterCard now for almost a year at this point. But they were resisting. But then finally, they actually said, okay, we're investigating. Of course, they confirmed the illegal content all over the site because they knew about it from the start.
Well, in one article, it says Visa and MasterCard stopped doing business with Pornhub in December of 2020. But this is 2022.
But
so
no.
got back on?
So here's what happened. So Bill Ackman intervenes. They confirm the illegal content. MasterCard's
Hey, remember, folks. Hello? No, that Suzumi's not doing it for a weekend. There's nothing there. No, bro, it's not. I ate it. You ain't eat it. I ate it. Yeah, it's good. Trust me, you can eat it. I ate it. But they ain't really nothing to eat. I ain't gonna lie. I know you don't eat that type of stuff. I bought Wingstop, and I know you don't eat Wingstop. I ain't going to another place. I had to return the shoes back and do all that other stuff. I was thinking about pizza, but I'm like, she don't eat pizza either, so how do you don't? Yeah. So I don't know. I did spend a little money like that, but I ain't spending that much. But there's food in here like that. We still got the bread, the honey walnut. You can mix with that. There's still food in here, bro. Still food in here. We still got the patty. You don't like the patty no more? Yeah, man. All right, man. Still got to take a plan. Hey, I'm busy real quick, man, so I'm going to talk to you later, man. All right, love you. No, I ain't going to be able to lie for you. I'm just talking about something real quick. I ain't going to lie. I ain't going to lie, but probably not, but I'll be out there. I'll be out of your space. Yo, no, I was gonna play a video game, to be honest with you, girl. I was gonna play a video game. Like, come on, bro, do that. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that hair? Why are you doing that hair when you did her hair last time? You did her hair just a week ago. I am so sorry, y'all. Respectfully, y'all can download. Y'all cannot download. Y'all can skip this part.
First one that says, okay, we're disengaging with Pornhub. Visa quickly follows. So Bill Ackman intervenes. They confirm the illegal content. MasterCard's the first one that says, okay, we're disengaging with Pornhub. Visa quickly follows suit. They're not going to be left behind.
But like I said before, sex period is $1 billion industry. So that means Visa's in it, MasterCard in it. So much people are in it because they got to make money too. It's sex is $1 billion business. I think it's way bigger than the drug company. So just letting you guys know that is the reason why Visa and them are so intact, because sex is $1 billion business company.
And this Discover does. PayPal already had done this at the beginning.
Whatever Visa does, MasterCard does. Whatever MasterCard does, Visa does. Yes.
Okay, so that was the worst thing that could have ever happened to Pornhub.
And I think Unilever and PayPal also stopped advertising and offering their services to them during that same time.
Correct. They had done that actually at the beginning of December 2020, but they were losing all of their advertisers and whatnot. And
so who is allowing them to accept payments today? Who do they still have?
So they have cryptocurrency and they have bank wires as payment options. But I'll tell you the story of what happened. So they get cut off by the credit card companies. Now, this is the worst thing that could ever happen to them. I mean, Fabian Tillman told me earlier in 2020, if you want to go after Pornhub, go after the credit card companies, because that's the only thing they care about.
It's true.
And when they announced that they were cutting ties, Pornhub did the unthinkable. And that is when they took down 80% of the entire website, because it was all unverified content, because it was infested, because they didn't have ID and consent, because they didn't know who was in the videos. And there were so many illegal videos. That was the only thing that they could do to try to woo the credit card companies back. And there was headlines all over the world about this. So they lost the ability to process transactions for their premium, and they had cut off the advertising as well. But 2 weeks later, I found out an insider from the company came forward and said, I know you don't know this. This was months later. But 2 weeks after that New York Times piece, they actually went back to the advertising arm of the company. The advertising arm is called Traffic Junkie, and that's how they make most of their money. I mean, today they sat here and told you, how do we make money on Pornhub? We make it through advertising. They were selling 4.6 billion ad impressions on Pornhub every day. Okay, that's how they're making their money. The credit card companies went back. So then it was round two with the credit card companies. Of course, one of the first people I called was Bill. I said, you're not going to believe this. They've gone back. He said, I'm going to help. He did. We engaged with the credit card companies again, but it wasn't until they were resisting again and again. It wasn't until August of 2022 when Visa lost its motion to dismiss. So Serena sued Visa. She sued Pornhub and the owners and executives, and Visa lost their motion to dismiss the case. Judge Carmack Carney in California gave a scathing decision. He said, according to the facts in this case, Visa gave Pornhub the very tool through which to complete the crime of knowingly benefiting from child trafficking, and denied them. Made headlines around the world. Bill got him and I on Squawk Box with Andrew Sorkin. 17 minutes. We're calling out Al Kelly. The attorney for Serena got on Squawk Box the day before. The pressure was on. The headlines were piling up. And then Al Kelly came forward with a personal statement. He said, I usually don't do this, but I'm a father, and we're going to cut off Pornhub once and for all. And then, of course, MasterCard followed, Discover, and that's how they finally got cut off by the credit card companies.
So if it's crypto only and wiring money, you can't make $500 million a year.
Well, it's because they have the other pay sites, right? So they
what are the other pay sites?
They have the subscription sites. They have the Browsers and the Reality Kings, and they manage Playboy, and they have Mofos and so many others.
What percentage of the revenue comes from Pornhub?
I don't know today how much of their total revenue as a company is coming from Pornhub versus their other sites.
There's no way it's a lot if it's only wiring money.
It definitely tanked. I mean, Pornhub used to be the cash cow. Now I think what it's used as is more an advertising arm for them. So they advertise their other pay sites on Pornhub, right? When you go there.
So let's go back to this. So let's go back to you want them to shut down. Okay, let's say they do. Pornhub is shut down. All right.
Yeah. Now what, right?
You think there's not access to what are the other porn sites that are available, or even the dark web, or you don't think any of that exists and it's accessible to people? Like you accomplished. What did you accomplish? What's the accomplishment?
The solution. So part of this is not just to hold Pornhub accountable, but we want to prevent this in the future. And what that means is that we're pressuring not only governments, but the credit card companies. So the financial institutions, I think, are the key to this. And you might understand this as a businessman yourself. We want to see Visa, MasterCard, and Discover say, we don't do business with user-generated porn sites that don't reliably verify the age and consent of every single person in every single video. Just like they have anti-money laundering policy, they need to have anti-online exploitation policy. And when they do that, they're the doer at scale. So they are the solution at scale. Because these companies, they may be free porn, but they're not free. They exist to make a lot of money, and it's really hard for them to do that without the credit card companies and financial institutions. So I think that is the ultimate solution, in addition to governments enacting the same policy.
So this, even if you shut down Pornhub, it's not going away. Because the porn laws in America are not going to look. By the way, it's so interesting because in this election, porn was one of the issues in the election. I don't know if you saw the video or not. Did you see the ad the Democrats ran?
Oh, I think I did.
Did you see
Where it
that?
was scaring people that they're going to take away the porn.
Watch
and all
this
that.
here.
Yeah.
One of the ads they ran, Rob, I think we texted it to you. If you know.
Yeah, I saw it.
Brandon, did you send it to Rob? Rob should have it if you have one of the clips. I think this is the one. Yeah, watch this. This is a commercial. Mm-hmm. If folks are watching this is not a spoof. This is a real commercial ran with budget of Kamala Harris to scare people who watch porn to not vote for Republican. This is maybe one of the weirdest commercials ads I've ever seen in my life. The only thing it was missing is Kamala Harris coming at the end and saying, "Hi, I'm Kamala Harris and I endorse this message." Go ahead and play this clip.
Sorry. You can't do that.
What the hell, man? How'd you get in here?
I'm your Republican congressman. Now that we're in charge, we're banning porn nationwide.
You can't tell me what to do. Get out of my bedroom, you creep.
I won the last election, so it's my decision. I'm just gonna watch and make sure you don't finish illegally.
I mean, that's ridiculous because, I mean, porn, like it or not, it's legal. It's constitutionally protected as expression, okay? It's not going away. That's not my goal. That's not the goal of Trafficking Hub. That's not the goal of my organization, the Justice Defense Fund. We're after making sure that these sites are not infested and globally distributing and monetizing sexual crime. That is what we're after. And the problem with Pornhub is that it is doing that. And so when we're shutting down Pornhub, it's not shutting down all porn. If you want to have porn, you do so legally. You do so by verifying age and.
I say shut the whole porn down, period. Because Pornhub is not the only one that's infested with child sex crime and rape, revenge rape, and all that other stuff, or revenge or porn rape or whatever. Pornhub is not the only website. I'm telling you guys this. Pornhub is not the only website. There's probably other million and thousand other more website that is just like that. Listen, Mr. Donald Trump, I'm gonna say this one more time, and I'm also make a short video about this too once I'm done. Man, if you want the porn problem to be solved, cut the whole porn off. And if people do get on the website of porn, they need to at least be fined. Because you guys are already watching us already in our phone. You guys already listen to us already in our phone. So you can catch somebody watching porn in their phone. So if the law passed where you cannot watch any porn, and if somebody do go watch porn on it, and they able to get inside the website, it should be a fine of, I say at least $100. A fine of $100. Every time somebody go to that porn website, they able to get in. $100. And then when they go to like dark websites, that's when I feel like that should be like a jail sentence, prison sentence in a type of way. That's how I feel like the problem be solved. And the problem of child pornography and the problem of child sex trafficking will be stopped. because it started off with porn. All our issues start off with porn. Ted Bundy started off with Playboy magazine. The problem is porn. And I'm just going to keep it real. It's porn. I'm being honest.
You verify consent. And that's possible. That's possible, but you have to reinvent the business model of free user-generated porn. And that's okay. That's okay if they have to do that.
Yeah. I mean, again, so what are the laws right now with porn? What are the laws right now with porn when it comes down to underage porn?
It's illegal. I mean, it's illegal to possess it. It's illegal to distribute it, to advertise it, to monetize
Then why are there
it.
so many sites that have it?
They're breaking the law. But there's
And
not
why are they
enforcement.
not being held accountable?
There's not enforcement of the
I don't get that though. I don't understand. I'm very confused with that part. So who wouldn't enforce that law? It's kids. You know, we had a guest on here a couple of days ago where the interview went out and it was
I don't mean to keep pausing this, but you know what keep popping in my head every time? Sign of Freedom. Again, go watch the movie, man. Go watch the movie. That's what keep popping in my mind. Sign of Freedom open up a tunnel of evidence and tunnel of investigation. Like when Sign of Freedom hit, I don't know when. I think Sign of Freedom hit 2021, 2022. Oh, I think it was 2020. I don't remember. It was 2021. It just, things just started getting exposed. Sex trafficking started getting exposed. Child pornography, child sex crimes started getting exposed. Like that movie opened a door, and that's what's happening. That's what keep popping in my mind. Now we got Pornhub promoting child pornography.
great. I wish she would mention more people that are alive instead of just mentioning people that are no longer here with us. One of the conversations was around the fact that, according to the FBI, 2022 data, 359,000 children are missing. I mean, I had a dog missing for 9 days, Jimbo, and we were devastated as a family. Parents missing a child? Are you kidding me? The pain? What policy is above that? I don't know what policy is above that.
It's not a matter of the policy. It's a matter of the enforcement. And I think the problem is there's so much of this going on, and there's not enough political will, and there's not enough resources being dedicated to do it. And that's why I think there's power in civil litigation, because civil litigation puts the power into the hands of the victims. They decide whether or not they're going to pursue justice in court, and they're not waiting and relying upon the government. And what often can happen is when you have a powerful legal complaint, and the lawyers do all their work and discovery, and they unearth all of the facts and the evidence, then the criminal prosecution can come on the heels of that. And basically, they use everything they found in the civil litigation to pursue the criminal. It makes their job easier. And we've seen that over and over again.
Yeah. Do you remember the part when I asked him a question? I said, so is your goal as in Pornhub to help people go out of the porn industry? Oh, no. A lot of people are very happy with their jobs. And I said, so what are you talking about? How the hell does somebody become a porn star at 18 years old? They consumed underage to be inspired to do that, right? And you go through these data and you talk to other people and say, so
common sense is hell no, he's not gonna try to get the people out of the porn site. And then he's whoever that person is, they lying talking about they happy. You know they're not. Most porn stars once they retire want to commit suicide and kill themselves because once they step out into the real world, they look like trash. You know, they look like sex workers. They are treated bad. Just straight up and being honest, they are treated bad. If you think I'm lying, well, I was gonna say there's a video you can go watch, but I don't want to have anybody fall into temptation, so I'm not gonna say it. But yeah, they're treated bad. So again, it's all about the money.
what is the profile of somebody that becomes a baseball player? Well, da-da-da-da-da. What is the profile of somebody that becomes a lawyer? What is the profile of somebody that becomes a dentist? What is the profile of somebody that becomes a realtor, an actor, an athlete? What is the profile of somebody that becomes a porn star? What is that profile? what percentage of that is broken homes, where kids are forced to find a way, and you go look up some of the statistics on, percentages on what kids are going through, on how they get introduced to this business. As you're going through this search and the 2.33 million people that are messaging you, how many people have reached out to you that are former porn stars or former abusers that are saying, hey, my clips are still out there? How many of those people are reaching out to you?
A lot. I mean, some of my most helpful allies in this fight have been those in the porn industry, or formerly in the porn industry, but in the porn industry. I mean, talk about illegal content. It's not just child rape and trafficking. It's copyright violations, pirated content on these free sites. So, at one point I had several porn performers who were telling me they spent hours a day scouring Pornhub and its sister tube sites trying to find their own illegal content to try to take it down. In the course of doing that, they were coming across a whole bunch of child abuse and trafficking, and they were sending the links over. But, some of the greatest allies have actually been in the industry. And yeah, there's a lot of pain that goes on with a lot of people. I mean, a book I recently just read is by a porn producer named Vic Legina, and he has a book called Filthy.
Did you say Vic Legina?
Vic Legina.
You're not joking.
I'm not joking. And he has a book.
I don't mean to laugh. Think of it just brought to mind. Like, imagine you're working and you're trying to call. Okay, you're trying to call and be like, Vic Legina. Hey, is I'm saying this right? Legina? It's crazy. You better hopefully don't mess it with the V. But I don't know. It's
book called Filthy.
Did you say Vic Legina?
Vic Legina.
You're not joking.
I'm not joking.
Trump would love that name, the way he says China.
And
it almost sounds like...
Yeah.
So this is not a joke. This is not a spoof.
No, he actually was a producer and director for many, many years. And he wrote a book about his experience. And, one of the things that's really clear is that there is definitely a lot of trauma, and there's a lot of, history of prior abuse and all of those things that are in the professional studio-produced porn industry. Even some of the porn performers who actually were in the studio-produced content are suing Pornhub. There's a porn star named Phoenix Marie that's currently suing for tens of millions of dollars. She's suing ILO and the parent company of Pornhub for her own exploitation. So it's not a secret that happens. But the work that we're doing is to help those who are not in that professionally studio-produced content, although they're welcome to come forward for help if they've been abused too. But I think to your point of, children who are witnessing this, it's not just that they might aspire to the porn industry someday. I think probably more concerning than that is the fact that 8-year-olds, as their sex education, as their introduction to sex, could actually witness a real sexual crime on Pornhub as their introduction to sexuality. They could witness a real rape. They could witness abuse. There's a study done by...
And they probably wouldn't even know it, bro. That's the sick part. An 8-year-old, a 9-year-old, 10-year-old, 11-year-old, I hope to God. But I know, like, I know somebody. I've heard stories of people who said they got first introduced to porn at 11 years old. I got first introduced to porn when I was 12 years old. I know other people who ever got introduced to porn when they were like 11. Some of you maybe 8 or 9. Like, think about it. How would you know which one is which when you're like? How do you know which one is which? You understand? Like, if you're a kid, how do you know you're not watching this grown man raping this little girl or raping this little boy? You're still a kid. You understand? So that's crazy, bro.
The British Journal of Criminology, and they looked at over 100,000 of the videos that are on the home pages of these free tube sites, and they found that 1 in 8 of every of those videos shows violence and non-consent. So that is what children are viewing when Pornhub allows free access to these sites by anybody with no restriction, with no safeguarding. So I say that children are abused in front of the screen and children are abused behind the screen. And I think both need to be protected.
What do you see as the pattern industry? Do you see, Rob, can you actually ask this question? Let's do this. Let's ask ChatGPT and let's see what it says. If you go on ChatGPT and ask the question, what causes someone to get into the porn industry? I'm actually curious to know what the answer is going to be.
Most of them probably just do it because of they needed money. It's whether they needed money, or they got involved into or they was sex trafficked. Most of them probably it's probably money or sex trafficked. Cause I'm not gonna lie, there was a point in time in my life where I wanted to do porn too, but I want to do porn because I'm gonna just keep it real. I like women, you know. But like I said, now I'm saved. I don't do that stuff no more. I'm married. I ain't got nothing. I ain't entertaining that stuff. I'm not with that stuff no more. So thank God, I'm out of it.
And so financial motivation, okay, I see that everywhere. Personal choice and agency, sexual freedom and empowerment, right. Influence of environment, makes sense. Mm-hmm. Psychological, emotional factors, self-esteem of being validated, trauma, vulnerability. In certain cases, some individuals have a history of abuse. Trauma might be susceptible to entertaining industry, coping, exploitation, rebellion, and escapism, okay. Recruitment and opportunity, socioeconomic and educational barriers, makes sense. Online accessibility. All right. So question, what is your view on the difference between OnlyFans and Pornhub? Do you have any problem with OnlyFans?
Well, I have victims who have been exploited that have come forward who have also been exploited on OnlyFans in the past.
How do you get exploited on OnlyFans?
Now they have really watching. So one of the beautiful things that's happened in holding Pornhub so publicly accountable with all of the serious repercussions that has happened to them is other websites. It's a domino effect, right? Other websites and other companies are watching what happened to them and saying, we don't want to end up in that position. So let us proactively try to clean up what we're doing and improve our But with OnlyFans, I think one of the biggest things is that it's subscription based. So that it's not just free access to go on the site. So I think that definitely prevents children from being able to access that content freely like they can on the free porn tube sites. I think the free porn tube sites are the most dangerous out there, not only from the user perspective of who's viewing it, but also from who are in the videos. And I want to address something that Solomon and his partner said on this show. When you started to talk about protecting children from access to the site. And they raised this big objection, right? Oh, this is about privacy. This is about privacy. And I just want to point out how ridiculous that is coming from them. Because for one, they exploit and they harvest the data of every single user that visits their site. They're currently being sued in a class action for the exploitation of user data. So they already do that. But you pointed out that because they own pay sites as well.
So if they exploiting your data, I mean I could be wrong. If you're watching this, at least if you watch this, at least let me know if I'm wrong or I'm right. What she's trying to say is, I'm guessing that they're taking your information. Type of, if I'm correct, I could be wrong, but I guess they're taking your information. What kind of information? I don't know, but I'm guessing they're taking information.
Well, these subscription sites, they already age verify on those sites, right? Because you have to have a credit card to access the site. So they have no problem getting the personally identifying information, the name, the credit card, the address of people for their paid sites. But they suddenly have a problem with age verification.
I'm not going to lie. If you're paying for porn, bro, you are addicted. If you're paying for porn, you are addicted. If you're paying for porn, you are addicted. If you have a subscription with pornography, you are addicted. And I mean that with the bottom of my heart. Take it out. Run. Get some help.
Vacation with their free sites because their free sites depend on frictionless traffic to the sites to sell ad impressions. So I just want to point out the flawed logic that they're using in that case and point out the fact that it's a lie, that this is really about privacy when it's really about money for them. And in fact, I have emails from their senior community manager discussing this very fact. And what she says, not emails, sorry, posts online. She says exactly what you said. MindGeek loses money. Age verification devastates traffic. Pornhub stands to lose 50% of traffic. It costs us money to verify, and overall, it's a disaster. That's exactly what it's about when it comes to the resistance to age verification.
I don't think it's 50%. I think they'd lose 90%. I think if right up front, if the website verified, 90% is gone. There's 90% would be gone in no time. If that was
so, I think whether it's 50% or 90%, I think the important thing is the truth. Again, is to get to the truth. What is the truth? Why are they resisting age verification? And it comes down to money.
For sure.
It's expensive.
It's going to be the traffic that goes to it. So if you have to do that, the cost and the traffic, and if you have to be able to show, like when you do a sponsorship with somebody, when we used to entertain a lot of a few sponsorships 2 years ago, it was, so how many views you get? We get this. Okay, we pay this per this. Okay, cool. No. All right, we'll pay this. All right, sounds good. Boom. Here's how much you want. We're going to find $100,000. Great. But if you don't have viewership, advertisers are not going to pay you big dollars. You have to get the eyeballs. They don't want to not give up the eyeballs.
They don't want to lose traffic.
No, they don't want to lose traffic.
Because that's the business model of free user-generated porn. So I think it's really, really important, especially because this is going to be making headlines soon with regard to age verification for users because the Supreme Court on January 15 is hearing their opposition to age verification in Texas. So Texas...
Pornhubs.
Yes. It's Pornhub and their partner, the Free Speech Coalition. So they call themselves the Free Speech Coalition. And so Texas actually enacted age verification requirements for users. They went ahead and sued the state of Texas. Now it's going to the Supreme Court. And, it's under this pretense of, we care about privacy. We don't want people to have to show their ID to access a porn site. Well, they don't have to show their ID to Pornhub.
Like I said, now, like I said, I haven't been to porn. I haven't watched porn for like 4 or 5 weeks now, and I'm not going back to that crap. In the name of Jesus, I'm freaking. Like I told you about the dreams and all the nasty stuff and all the spirits that you're inviting in, all the demonic things that you're inviting in when you're watching pornography. So I got the hell out of it in the name of Jesus. What I'm trying to say, back to what I was saying, I haven't been there, but somebody just put on Facebook that they need an ID to watch Pornhub. I don't know what that means, but they need to have some type of an idea to watch Pornhub. So, hey, like I said, I feel like that should be for every porn website, bro. I'm keeping 100.
I would never want anybody to have to show their ID to Pornhub. They have third-party sites, right? Yoti. These are reliable.
Okay, well, I take it back. No. Well, maybe no. Well, just shut the whole porn website down.
These are privacy-respecting corporations that are third-party that exist to be able to easily and safely verify age and ID. And so I just want to call out the BS from them. I want to call out the excuses and just get right down to the truth. Just say it like it is. Say it that you just don't want to lose profit because you want to put profit over the safety of children every single time.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm looking at this website, Rob, the Free Speech Coalition, nonprofit, what a great name, though. Free Speech Coalition. Honestly, it's a great name, FSC. The adult entertainment industry in the U.S., founded in 1990, what opposes the passage of and enforcement of obscenity laws and many censorship laws. That lady to the right, Nina Hartley, if you want to go to her, Nina Hartley is from the industry herself, right? By 2017, she had expressed she's an American porn star and sex educator. By 2017, she had appeared in more than 1,000 adult films. She had been described by Las Vegas Weekly as an outspoken feminist, an advocate for sexual freedom, and by CNBC as a legend in the adult world.
She's not leading it anymore.
She's not. What is she doing now?
I don't know what she's doing now, but I know that she's
She stepped away from it?
Yeah, I don't think she's the leader of this. But this is an industry, so it's a porn industry interest group. Basically, they exist to lobby for the interest, not of porn performers, not of those who are actually in those videos, but for the industry. And they fight laws every single time. They fought really hard, and I think they won. There was a law in the United States that actually made it illegal to depict a child. So where it wouldn't be real, right? It would be a depiction of a child. It could maybe be a realistic depiction, but they fought it being illegal to depict a child in a video. And that's when the explosion of teen porn came to be, so teen is one of the most popular categories on Pornhub for so many years in a row. And when you say teen, right? Teen, they have 18-year-olds that look like children. They have pigtails, braces, flat chests. They talk like children. They act like children. And it's an entire genre of porn that exploded because it's not illegal to do so. In Canada, it's actually illegal to depict a child in a pornographic video, even if it's not a child.
What is that, Rob?
That's what she's describing. Somebody that's
Well-
above age, or
Is
maybe above age, but they're portrayed as a younger
Is
person.
that Dylan Mulvaney, or is that actually? No, I'm actually asking her. So that's not Dylan Mulvaney.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it looks like him. So,
And so that was the problem on Pornhub is, real children were being raped alongside depictions.
but by
of
the way,
children.
what is the position legally against AI porn that they can do? What is?
So like I think he's finna get on it. 'Cause remember we were just watching that video of the AI guy who got caught watching AI child pornography. I'm like, what is that? But back to what I'm saying. So that means all of us who have watched Pornhub was watching child porn. So we was watching child porn. We was watching child pornography. If the girl we thought was 18, she probably was 16, 15, 14. I mean, if we thought this grown 20-year-old woman, 22-year-old woman was doing this out of her free will, she probably was being forced to do this, sex trafficked to do this. There's one too that's very disgusting. I'm just gonna talk about it. There's one too called Ghetto Gagger. That one is straight up, might well just be rape, straight rape. I can talk about it because I've seen it. I'm gonna keep it 100. I've seen it. So that is like that look like it might well just be straight rape, man. It's like I said, man, porn is disgusting, bro. It's just if you watching it, you gotta get away from it, bro. It can lead you to do things. It can lead you to watch things. It can lead you to a messed up life, have a messed up brain, and make you do some messed up stuff. So, but yeah, people need to do their research on that ghetto. I don't even know why I said it. Just don't go watch it, please. But that need to be investigated, and these people need to be arrested, and that website need to be shut down itself too.
Legal or illegal with that? AI porn that they can do. What is the position legally against AI porn that they can do? What is legal or illegal with that? Is there laws against it? Like if CGI and they can the direction ChatGPT is going, the technology that they're going to be creating. What if they use AI to create porn? Is there any laws against it?
I think that they're trying to catch up with the advancement of AI and being able to create abuse imagery. Because, what they can even do today, and I say keep your kids' faces off social media if you can, because what AI can do today is actually take the face of a child from a picture and then create child sexual abuse material from just an innocent picture of your kid, playing at the playground. They can take that and then they can, make very realistic looking child sexual abuse imagery. And that needs to be completely outlawed. And we need to have, strong laws against that. We call it deep fakes as well. But in the United States, there's been a law that's been enacted since 1988 for the porn industry, for the brick and mortar, porn industry, Porn Valley. You know about Porn Valley, right? You grew up, right? You're near Chatsworth.
Right.
Is that right?
I was with all
Inglewood.
those guys, yeah.
And it's called USC 2257, and it requires age verification and record keeping, and it's actually a felony if you don't keep those records and be able to produce them to the DOJ anytime they want it. They can request it because it's understood. Anybody with a brain knows that if you don't have that, the industry is going to be awash with criminal content. The problem is that with the advent of the internet and the YouTubes of porn, that these companies have basically ignored the law. And Pornhub would be held to the standard of this law because the law says if you transfer pornographic content in the United States, if you produce or transfer pornographic content in the U.S., you have to be held to USC 2257, record keeping law. And they have been transferring, right? They had a download button on every single video where they were transferring that content. So they have violated that law millions and millions of times without repercussion. And we need to see that change.
Yeah, I'm curious to know what happens and then what happens afterwards. Like what is, once something happens with them, let's just say if it does, then what?
If Pornhub is held fully accountable, right? We've made a lot of progress in holding them accountable. There's still lawsuits that need to be resolved. Restitution needs to be paid to victims. What we're going to see is a transformation of the entire industry, of the entire online porn industry, to become a safer place for children, for victims, for generations to come. If we're successful, the internet will become a safer place because there will be regulation on user-generated porn.
So how do they attack you? Did they at all attack you? I think one article I saw is they attacked you for you being a Christian or something like that. What was that article about?
Yeah, I mean, that was the kind of the play that they made from the beginning. Instead of actually acknowledging that there was a problem and taking the necessary steps to fix it, what they did was they tried to deflect, they tried to deny that there was a problem, and then they tried to discredit those who were raising the problem. Like me, like victims, like so many other. I mean, at one point we had 600 organizations that were involved in this fight. But what they did was they tried to say, look, this is just a religious, right-wing moral crusade against people who hate sex and want sex removed from the internet completely. Don't listen to anything they say. And that was their play. Inside
Exodus Cred, the shady evangelical group with Trump ties waging war on Pornhub. Is this it?
I mean, it's one of many articles that were written like that.
So who wrote this, by the way? What's this?
This is the Daily Beast. I mean, the Daily Beast is essentially, unfortunately, in my opinion, with the stuff that they've produced, that is actually blatant lies about the movement, a glorified tabloid.
But they don't have the same credibility. I mean, I don't know if they've had it. They just don't. That's 4 years ago. The picketing and launching hotline, anti-trafficking campaigns against Pornhub, strange.
And that's what Solomon said here, right? So Solomon was here, and you know what he said? He said that Trafficking Hub was started by a group called Morality in Media that's been picketing against sex shops since, he said, the 80s and 90s. I was born in 1982. I founded Trafficking Hub, okay? I started Trafficking Hub. I mean, you could play exactly what he said. It is just a blatant lie because they say, oh, they're conflating trafficking and sex work. The only one conflating trafficking and sex work and porn is Pornhub by hosting real sexual abuse and crime against actual legal videos. I mean, you could play what he actually said. It's a complete lie. We've had people from left and right. Atheists have joined this fight alongside Muslims and Christians. We've had people who are pro-porn and anti-porn, left-wing outlets with right-wing outlets, because simply we can all agree that nobody should be raped and trafficked for profit on the world's largest porn site.
Rob, is this when he says that, or is this when I ask, are you a man of faith?
This is when you ask.
Are you a man of faith?
Yes.
Go ahead and play the clip. Go back a little bit.
I am a man of faith, right? Then you have a safer internet.
I think that's the wrong
one.
one.
Are you a man of faith? I know.
Okay. Yeah.
I am a man of faith.
You would say you are?
Yeah.
Are you ever conflicted?
You can't be a man of faith if you are doing evil work. Point blank, period. You cannot be a man of God if you're doing evil work. What's that guy named Kanye West? Kanye West want to start his own porn industry. Kanye West spoke about God and said Jesus is king. Kanye West is not a man of God. If he wants to put out porn that is destroying people's life, he's going against God, putting out porn. So you're not a man of faith if you're putting out porn that is creating pedophiles, that is making predators, forcing women to have sex with these men, having sex traffic victims in your video. You're not a man of God, or you're not a man of faith. You can say that's my opinion, but that's just the honest, godly truth. The Bible said, "Light have no fellowship with darkness," and that is very dark.
Conflicted.
I think that the work we are doing in an industry, whether you like it or not, right? And we happen to we like the people we work with. We like the industry. Okay, it will exist. So to be part of the movement that's going to make it safer, not by getting 2.5 million shut. Shut it down, have a petition, be nasty. But by actually doing the work, investing in making it safer, I think this is an extraordinarily positive thing to do.
And destigmatization as well, because one of the realities is that this is a very stigmatized industry, right? And we know full fact that when there is increased stigma, right, there's increased violence. So whenever we have...
I'm listening. I'm just reading hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I got a big nose. When I breathe, the whole city...
Credit for that.
Yeah.
I mean, so
I don't know.
I want to tell you something about Solomon. I think this is important to the context of this conversation. And I reported this in Newsweek, and you can pull it up if you want. I wrote an article in July. It's called, Pornhub is still a crime scene even after its rebrand. You can pull that up. Solomon, actually is a criminal defense attorney that has a history of representing pedo criminals in court. Okay. So he's represented all kinds of criminals, but he has had a specialty in those who are pedophiles. And he actually publicly congratulated the sinking of a massive child pornography case in Canada that involved over 7,300 videos of child sexual abuse, including over 2,000 videos of infants being raped by grown men. Okay? This is a documented case that happened in Canada.
Wait.
And go to the Newsweek article. Go ahead right there.
Is that it, Rob?
Yes, you can click on those links and you could see that he actually congratulated the sinking of this case. He said it on Twitter. He's since locked his Twitter account down.
And he was a criminal. MT congratulates Weinstein defend illegal computer search by Ottawa police, sinks child porn case, Ottawa citizen.
Now, if you go back and you can link to the archive of the article he shared, he did it twice where he congratulated the sinking of this case. If you click on 7,730 images, okay? Go ahead. I think you could click on that. Can you click on that?
It's loading right now.
Oh, okay.
It might take a second.
There you go. So there's the case. And in the case, you can see the details of the amount of child porn that was on this man's device. And he's congratulating the sinking of that case. Okay? So that's who, we're talking about as the face of ethical capital partners. And it's no wonder that they wouldn't be honest about what they're currently doing, what's happened in the past. And I just think that it's really important to expose the truth about this company, who they are, and what's actually currently going on.
So what's this here? This is illegal computer search by Ottawa police, sinks child porn case. Judge acquits man found with 7,730 explicit images on flash drives. This is the man that got, he was representing him?
No, it was a colleague and a criminal defense attorney. And so he was just saying, congratulations, good job. You sunk a massive child porn case on a technicality. And so I think the point that I want to make here is that character matters, right? And if you could lie about something as easily like a proven lie that says that Trafficking Hub was started by a group that used to protest sex shops in the 80s and 90s. This is easily, I mean, they have investigated Trafficking Hub deeply. They know exactly who started it, what it's about, who's involved. And if you would lie about something so simple as that, then how could you trust anything that they're saying? So, I mean, I think that's...
Yeah, I mean, look, a story came out, Rob, I don't know if you have it or not, the story about this guy who was allowing people, election betting site. Is this the one?
Yes.
FBI raids apartment of an election betting site, Polymarket CEO, and seizes a cell phone. Sources say the FBI raided Shane Copeland's home after the website elections betting market controversially predicted Donald Trump's win. And the FBI went after this guy. It's just a website that, can you go a little lower, Rob? FBI seizes a cell phone, an electronic device, a betting site, Polymarket CEO, in a raid in his New York City apartment Wednesday. The company's market wagered correctly and controversially in Donald Trump's favor in bets who would win the presidential election, even though opinion polls showed a tight race. This is ridiculous. You lost 7 states, battleground states. New phone, who's this? A point of the story is this. If they're willing to investigate a person like this, who accurately got it right on how bettors were betting, they can investigate other people if they choose to. But it's not a priority.
I'm excited about the new AG. I think Bondi is her name. That
Pam?
She has a history of really going hard on child exploitation and trafficking, and that is really encouraging to know because the fight's not over. I mean, Pornhub was criminally charged by the U.S. federal government for intentionally profiting from the sex trafficking of over 100 victims in a notorious crime ring, a trafficking ring called Girls Do Porn. Now, the guy that was running the ring was on the FBI's most wanted list, and he was a partner with Pornhub for years. I mean, he had 800,000 subscribers. They had 600 million views on Pornhub. And so the federal government did investigate this. They criminally charged them. And this was in December of 2023. So you could look up DOJ Pornhub charges, and you can see that if you want to. Unfortunately, this was only about the specific victims that were represented by this particular crime ring. And there's so many more victims who are awaiting justice to be fully served. And so I hope that what we'll see, the wheels of justice turn slowly, but they do turn. And I think that we're not done with this fight for justice yet. And I think they will turn. And I think we will see full criminal prosecution of the owners of Pornhub. And I hope that we do. Because when that happens, there's going to be a huge deterrent to other abusers. And I think that's a key point here, is that deterrence is so important. And we've seen it in other industries. When there's accountability, think about the hedge fund insider trading, right? When we saw criminal prosecution, when we saw huge fines, we've seen it diminish, right?
Yeah. Look, to me, I ran an insurance company for 15 years. We sold it. I've been in insurance since day before 9/11. And I've been in that space. And I'm around a lot of sales guys. We're in 50 states. We licensed 60,000 insurance agents, and a lot of young men. We were 54% women, 46% men. A lot of husband and wives got married. And one of the common challenges while you're sitting there mentoring a young guy or you're in a sales office walking around, can't tell you how many times I walked in on people watching porn, okay? And look, it's the direction we're going. It's going to be there. AI is going to take it to a different level. Virtual reality is going to take it to a different level. Relationships with AI where, people look at the number of birth rates going lower, where we're having fewer kids because we have more TV time, more ways of not having people are on their phones more than they're talking to their girl or their wife or their husband. They're just like stuck like this. Normally, if that wasn't there, they'd be spending time together. So this eliminating porn is going to be very difficult to do. My biggest challenge with this space is going to be underage.
Yeah, of course.
I have zero
tolerance.
I don't have any tolerance for it.
Good.
Zero tolerance when it comes down to that. Zero. My entire conversation with them was, okay, so now you run one of the bigger sites. if you're running one of the bigger sites, that traffic comes through you. What if laws can force you to do the right thing? Because if they don't go to Pornhub, that traffic's going somewhere. It's going to go somewhere. What if that becomes a standard and enforcing all the other companies that are benefiting from it to say, here's the guidelines you have to follow?
Yes.
Because you can take this guy down who's selling cocaine to everybody in the community. Somebody else is going to go sell that cocaine. It's going to go, something's going to happen. Versus getting to the bottom of it and seeing, where's the cocaine coming in from?
Yeah.
Where's the fentanyl coming in from? Where are we selling this stuff? How do we, what do we do with the damages that this is taking place? I posted something the other day, which obviously is not, constitutionally it's illegal. I said, this whole illegal immigration stuff. If somebody commits a crime in America and you're a U.S. citizen, whatever the laws, you get the crime. But if you commit a crime in America and if you want to pull it up, Rob, in one of my tweets, and you're an illegal immigrant, I think the punishment should be 5 to 10 times. And if it has to do with anything to do with kids, rape, anything, you go to jail for the rest of your life. Zero tolerance. Come do that on our homeland. You get death penalty, done. Don't touch our kids. Don't touch our women. Don't mess with them. You're going straight to jail. And even at the highest level, death penalty. And obviously, that's a little extreme for some people. It's my position. I think there needs to be some kind of a punishment if you mess with this great country that we're.
But not only immigrants, should be for people in this state too. Should be people in the state too. Like I said in my last video, what did the police say? Was the person white, Asian, or Mexican? It's usually that kind of a group that start sleeping with kids. Like I said before, just last year. I'm gonna say last year, or maybe 2, 3, or maybe just last year. Just last year, there was a bunch of teachers having sex with kids. I can only see there's only one black lady that was in there that was having sex with kids. And I'm not trying to start a race war or nothing like that. No matter whether it's you black or white. But what I'm trying to say, it's produced more in the white community. I think it's produced more in the Asian community, the Mexican community, and so on. These are the communities I believe it's produced on grown-ups having sex with kids. Again, I'm not a police officer, so I wouldn't tell you too much. But like, if you do your research, it's first of all, I know for sure it's produced more on the white community. I know that for sure. The consumers are Americans when it comes to sex trafficking. When it comes to sex trafficking, when it comes to grown-ups having sex with kids, it is produced more. It is the consumers are more Americans, and sadly to say, it's a lot of white Americans. If you think I'm lying, go watch Catch the Predator. If you think I'm lying, there's a lot of videos of teachers, white teachers having sex, white lady teachers having sex with kids.
We're living in right now. Yeah, this is the one.
I appreciate your passion for justice.
No,
I'm
not okay with that. I'm not okay with that because, and the other part is educating. Like when I joined the Army, I'll never forget when I joined the Army, our drill sergeant taught us, I was 18 years old, we're at a unit, and they said, hey guys, before you have sex with a girl, ID them. Can you imagine how weird of a thing that is to say? We're like, what do you mean? He says, before you're going to go, because you're going to go out, you're going to have a lot of interaction with girls. They like guys in uniform. ID them. Don't do anything. Like, that's kind of weird. Why? Everybody's asking why? If they tell you they're 18, don't believe it until you see the ID. And then you see a couple guys that fear they put in the young men, it was like, dude, some of us are like that.
A deterrent, right?
For some of us to go 30 and up. We're like, look, I'm just going to be like, you're going to look over 30. I'm playing the other game to be a little bit safer so I don't have to worry about it. Now, this is 18. We live in a different kind of a life. But some guys are like, nah, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Boom. Guy got arrested, went to military jail. Let me tell you, that scared the crap out of a lot of people very quickly. But you also need to shape the mindset of young kids of what's possible, right? My son right now is learning how to fight. And he's a very good fighter right now. It annoys me because he kicks me. So he's 12 years old. He still thinks he can beat daddy. I would whoop his tail right now still, but I think he's got 2 more years before it's going to be dangerous for me to threaten him if we fight. But I had a talk with him last night. I said, listen, bro, just because I'm a C guys and you're getting very good, you mess around anything in school, you do something, there is not suspension. You're getting kicked out of school. You can't be using this weapon that you're learning here. This is not a joke what you're learning. You can really hurt somebody. He says, no, I get it, Dad. I said, listen, you just got to realize, we'll make the investment, but make sure this is to prevent fights, not to have fights. So someone needs to coach these young men. Someone needs to have, it's preventative, right?
Yeah.
It's as much preventative as it is, you know, because we have to be proactive. Like a lot of parents I talk to, I'm afraid to talk to my kids about sex. Well, you better do, because somebody else will. I'm afraid to talk to my kids about drugs. You better talk to them before somebody else does. Well, I'm just worried about it. It's embarrassing. It's uncomfortable. No, you got to do it. So I think it's both preventative. I think it's both proactive. And then at the same time, making sure the punishment for underage is so high that scares the crap out of
But
companies.
not only
to say,
underage. I think we need it for also because adults are definitely suffering from. I mean,
if you're saying revenge porn and stuff like that, of
rape,
course, anything,
trafficking, all of it.
To me, it's underage that, but rape is rape across the board. Doesn't matter how old you are, young, old. Human trafficking is human trafficking. For anybody that's doing any of that, that to me is the highest level. Underage, when some of these guys are doing that to make the
obviously
money,
I mean, there's a spectrum of abuse.
well, let me give this
and it
data.
goes-
Let me give this
yeah.
data. Let me give this data because you just said that I was going to wrap up, but I'll give you this data. So you ready? So as of 2023, global U.S. sex and trafficking statistics, approximately 49.6 million individuals are estimated to be in modern slavery worldwide, encompassing forced labor and sex trafficking, of which 12 million are children, of which 54% those are women, girls, in modern slavery. It's a $150 billion a year industry. And then it breaks down to say in America, the states, number one is California. Number two is Texas. Number three is Florida. Each state I've lived in a minimum of 4 years. But as you go a little bit deeper, you see it's also happening on adults. The percentage of what's going on with adults because typically you think about human trafficking, you think underage. There's a lot that's above 18 years old that this is happening to as well. This is a real issue. I would be very curious to know whether it's Pam Mundy, Trump, any of those guys. I think Musk is not one that's a fan of this at all. Neither is Vivek, neither is Trump. It would be very interesting to see how the current administration attacks this issue. That is an epidemic that very few people have the courage to talk about. And even when we do these types of podcasts, right? People say, they'll message me, Pat, get off this topic. It's painful to watch. You got to watch it. It's real. But go back to the business stuff and all this other stuff. Look, I'm doing it because I want parents to be aware that this is out there. And we have to get more educated.
I appreciate that so much that you're doing that you're shining this light because there's nothing, we can't stop it. We can't prevent it. And I love your heart for prevention because can't be a game of whack-a-mole. If we're going to solve a problem at scale, and when we're talking about online sex trafficking, when we're talking about online sexual abuse, there are solutions that can prevent it at scale. And I think that that's what we really need to focus on. Yes, justice, but also, like you just said, prevention. Prevention is the key. And thank you for shining a light. Thank you for using your platform because what I've seen, what I've learned is that this movement needs all of us. And, the businessman who has a platform, the lawmaker, the journalist, the lawyer, everybody, and including everybody at home who could simply click share, could click like, make a comment. It actually means something.
No, for sure. Again, share this with everybody. And folks, click on a link below, go order the book, Takedown, and support Layla. Because, Layla's got her own set of things that she has to deal with. Family, you talked about, kids and all the things that you...
Hey, this is the end of the video, my guys and girls. But I want to say, man, really, really, really protect your kids out there. Keep them away from... Protect them, man. But also let them know the evilness of this world. Let them know about sex trafficking. Let them know about the drugs. Put them into UFCs or boxing or karate. Let them know, man. Because if you let the outside world teach them about this type of stuff, they're not gonna teach them. They're gonna invite them in. They're gonna tell them it's okay. So be the first one to tell them, no, this is not okay. Doing drug is not okay. Having sex with so many people is not okay. It's not okay. There was a point in time when I was a kid when I was in middle school, people were just having sex left and right. and where I was like I wasn't really made fun of, but still you were kind of like the leftover, like you still a virgin type of stuff. Now as a grown 29 years old, I see why it was okay to still celibate, or to at least say I didn't lose my virginity at that age of middle school, and I'm like, because now as you look at it, I'm like, yeah, because you have a lot more respect for yourself than the person who lost their virginity in middle school. The soul ties you create, the baby mamas and baby daddies, it's just ain't worth it, man. So what I'm trying to say is, man, tell your kids about porn, tell your kids about drugs, tell your kids about the bad things of this world before somebody else invite them in and say, nah, ain't nothing wrong with this. Come on, let's do it. Ain't nothing wrong with smoking some little weed. Ain't nothing wrong for me. Ain't nothing wrong for you to open your legs to me. Cause girl, I love you. Or boy, you still a virgin. Hey, come on, come lose. Don't tell your kids about it now, man. Before your kids get corrupted and get violated. Straight up, I'm being honest. But hey, this the anime, man. God love y'all. God bless y'all, man. Y'all like, subscribe, share. Again, YouTube. This is educational purpose only. Please don't copyright me. And whoever watched this video, please don't copyright me. It's PBD podcast or whoever. Don't copyright me. You know, do what y'all do. But again, this is PBD podcast. Y'all go like them. Y'all go share, subscribe. It was Adam Sentence. Y'all go like and share for them too. There was another one called, when I was watching the police one. Y'all go like, share, everybody, man. Y'all like and share, subscribe for me. God bless, God love, God bless. Y'all like and share on my website too. Well, not my website, but on my YouTube. And yeah, but like I said, God love, God bless y'all, man. Y'all stay safe out there, and keep God first, man. God love, God bless y'all, man.